All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with some Alien Quake. I have not done anything Quake related in quite some time. 1997. I think this actually predates AVP by a number of years. Well, AVP on PC, not on the Jaguar. I did a Let's Play of this many years ago. I think that was in 2011. Not entirely sure. So, yes. Now, if the audio's... Actually, I'm just going to err on the side of caution and just turn it down. Because, yeah, I don't want to be overshadowed by the awesomeness that is the Quake audio. Now, this, of course, is a mod for the original Quake. I'm, of course, using it in the Dark Places engine. If it seems a little dark, yeah, it is. I can't make it any brighter because it just look... Well, here. See for yourselves. Game brightness. You turn it all the way up. Shut up. Well, see, there you go. It's all washed out. I was going to say shut up. It doesn't look... I can actually see, but no, and it doesn't help there. So, yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and turn that back down. Turn that back down just a little. So, yeah, the game is dark. It's actually dark for me. So, yeah, that's just... That's the nature of using dark places. So, yeah. And actually, I don't know if that would actually help in-game or not. But yeah, dark. This is a very dark mod. The Let's Play I did many years ago. Will I do a Last Jedi review? Sure, I'll do a Last Jedi review. Just might not be the Last Jedi you're thinking of. Because there is, of course, a Last Jedi Marvel comic. Well, I certainly died quickly. Let's see. But, let's see what I was saying. Yeah, because there's a Last Jedi Marvel comic that's actually pretty good. Well, I say it's pretty good. It's very Flash Gordon. Let me put it this way. It's better than the movie Last Jedi. It's very 80s. Very 80s. So, Crimson Empire. You know, a lot of people really like that comic, but I just thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that amazing. It just was... It was... cool. But then again, you know, I say that. It's been many years since I've read that particular series, so it might be better than I remember. So, it's hard to say. I am going to do another comic review next month on the comic known as Noob. And hello, Korra Nightmare. The Legend of Korra, that's a show I never watched, nor had any desire to do so. But yeah, I am going to do... That's dark even for me. It's like, I don't know what it is about this mod that they really like the darkness. You know, but that's always been the problem with some of these Alien and Alien vs. Predator games. They don't like to have any light whatsoever. Which is hardly annoying. Oh, we got the pulse rifle that looks a lot like the... Gotta make sure I don't blow myself up. Actually, I should probably save. Looks a lot like the grenade launcher. Garage 1.0. I just literally re-downloaded this mod just a few minutes ago. The one thing about these mods, though, they always get the pulse rifle sound right. It's like if they don't get it right, it's just utter blasphemy. Well, I'm glad you finally were able to do so. Oh crap! I'm being attacked by a facehugger. And all I had was the pistol out. The pistol that looks very. I guess that's a pistol. That's a lot of pixels there. Forsaken is coming to Steam. You know, I never played the original. I never played the original Forsaken, but I knew it existed. I just never really had any desire to play it. I guess since it's coming to Steam, I might pick it up. We'll just have to see. And I'm still using Adobe CS 5.5. I actually did a behind-the-scenes video series many years ago. Talking about my editing and things of that nature. I still use it. I have no reason to upgrade. I mean, it's just, it works. Holy crap, I'm being attacked by smart guns. What the hell are you supposed to do there? You have to go like here? Is that a door? No, it's not a door. Maybe I can maybe I'm supposed to, well, I wasn't supposed to do that. I can tell you that. Let me load the save here. Well, the level design isn't bad for this. It's just really, really, really dark. Remaster EX version. Huh. Well, at least they're remastering it, so maybe it'll actually be halfway decent. We'll just have to see. The question is, like, where's the gold door? Well, I also plan to do a stream of another Quake mod called Sepulture, which is something more modern. For 1996, this is actually pretty good. I mean, if there was no, like, PC... I don't think there was a PC Aliens game of any description back then. So, and the models still look halfway decent. The Quake engine has still aged tremendously compared to a lot of other engines. You know, it's like Doom looks a little bit better in many instances. Forsaken is sort of like a Descent clone. And that's all I remember. Okay, just run. Okay, that did not work. Oh, I bet I can destroy those things. Because I guess I'm used to, like, those things being invincible. And I'm going to sneeze. Or not. Okay, let's just go to... Can I destroy them? Yeah, I can. Okay, they don't take that much damage. I was thinking they were invincible, but they're not. Alien Trilogy for PC. You know, I guess I could do that at some point. Holy shit, what is that? What the hell is that? A search droid? Really? A search droid with a lightning gun? Alien Trilogy for PC, I may do that at some point. Because there is a Doom mod that is incorporating elements of that and a number of other Aliens mods. So, we shall see as time goes on. Okay, I should save right there. Because a security droid that shoots fucking lightning. That's the thing about the old Quake engine. Holy crap. Look at how much damage that thing does. At first I thought it was that weird... the blob thing. Well, you know, you can't... I stream them at very different times, and Virginia is... Or, well, no, wait, what is VA? I can't remember what VA is. VA Virginia? I think it is. It's a different time zone, nonetheless. And Alien Swarm, possibly tomorrow. We'll have to see. And most of those old... Some of the old PC games are hard to get working, that's for sure. There's a number of states with V in it, and I couldn't remember. And also, I'm just going to blame it on the time and the fact that I seem to have gotten really stopped up just in the last couple of seconds. I'm going to blame that, not my poor geographical knowledge. I don't think it's that, Crow. I don't think that's the name of the state. Although that would be an interesting name for a state, I'll tell you that. Oh, crap. That is a really cool facehugger. I really like the design of that. Well, I just got facehugged. Reminds me of Praetorian facehuggers. Okay, I will go ahead and use the shotgun on this thing and immediately get cover. I don't remember. Could you crouch in Quake? I don't remember being able to do that. Okay, I gotta aggro it. Oh, it actually has range on its little lightning gun there. Well, not that much range. But look at that, 20 damage. Does 20 damage to me. Now I can't even fucking see it. Now I'm down to fucking 10 health. Dusk, I have not. Facehug death. That's what always happens in Aliens games. Is you always have that. I've not played Dusk, although I'm aware of it. Oh god, that's just horrible, Crow. Chasm the Rift. I've tried... Well, I haven't tried installing it. I've tried playing Chasm the Rift through DOS. But I can't seem to be able to change the controls. That's why I haven't reviewed it yet or done anything with it. If I have one of the assets that used a lot from Unity. Asset Store. Huh. Oh, the Asset Store in Unity. Yeah. One of the funny things about... God damn it, fucking facehugger. That's one thing about Unity, though, is it is a useful little thing, because that Blood remake was done in Unity, although I've recently heard that it got shut down for whatever reason. But yeah, I don't really watch that Jim Sterling guy all that much. I used to, but I find him kind of boring, honestly. Oh crap. I heard that face hugger! I find him kind of boring, honestly, and a lot of his games just... The games he reviews just don't really interest me that much. They're very much low-hanging fruit kind of games. Let's see, oh god. I don't know. The thing is, I like easy-to-use game engines. I made a game myself in RPG Maker. I just haven't done anything else with it. Made it in 3 days after studying it for... God damn it! 3 days. I knew that fucking facehugger was in there. That's still assy, though. Camping the fucking door. Fucking camping the door, man. Boost row crash. Yeah. Well, with Shadow Warrior Classic, you shouldn't have to do that. Because the Shadow Warrior, GOG version doesn't make you do that. At least I don't think. Blood, you have to go into the ini file to actually get decent controls. So, there is that. It has a source port? Sweet. I shall have to see that. Because, Chasm of the Rift looked pretty good. And yeah, that Steam Greenlight was, that was a thing. At the time it came out, it sounded like a pretty cool idea, but I'm not surprised that people abused it, because that's something that can always happen. Sadly, it's like when people just release unfinished games. Oh, there's the Xenomorph, which we can't see because the level is too. God damn! Holy shit! There we go. Because the level is way too dark. They're there. I promise you, they're there. I can see them. Those look pretty cool, I will admit. Because, like, they do get the jump cycle right. But I do find it funny it uses the Nintendo-style explode. It's like you hit it, they literally just blow up. Yeah, I don't remember why I like this mod. I don't think I played it since 2010 when I did the Let's Play. You should take a look at the Let's Play, because it's a very, very old Let's Play. I don't think I was using Windows 7 yet. So I had to try to sync up the audio and the video. And I thought that was a pickup. I swear I thought that was a pickup. And I didn't save, because I'm an idiot. Do I still have all my weapons? I think... Yeah, I do. I still got my pulse rifle. Sweet. Let's see, where's that? Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff from the SHOT Show. The one thing that I actually think looks the best... Well, I say looks the best. It's something that I would actually buy, is that... Taurus double-action revolver that has the 2 cylinders, one with the 38 special and one with the 9mm. I would get that just because it's pretty cool looking and because it's actually useful. Yeah, Chasm of the Rift looked good. If ever I could get the controls to be, you know, reasonable, I would actually play it and do a video on it. But for some reason, just won't work right. Let's see. It is definitely a very much... Chasm of the Rift is very much a obscure first-person shooter. I hadn't even heard... God damn it. Player joins the colonists. That's a pretty cool-looking Xenomorph. I will admit that. For 1997, not bad. Not bad at all. Aliens Ultimate Doom mod. Maybe. I've did a number of those. Alien Doom mods. I just don't remember which one that is. Tricks and Traps. Damn good level. I used to love that one back in the day. It's fucking hard, though, I'll tell you that. It is definitely something that you need to save a lot on. And there's a way to really screw yourself at the end that if you don't have the ability to use no-clip, you can really get stuck on the level. Okay, there we go. Now we can see the Xenomorph. I think that's why it's dark, because it is kind of low res, but it does get the shape right. This is a runner Xenomorph. Which is an interesting one to do, but yeah, I never really cared too much for the runner-type Xeno. Just because I still hate Alien 3. That movie sucked. It's boring. This is a rehash of the first one. There's a lot of scripts for that movie, though. Like, the one where, like, it was supposed to be a monastery on a planet made of wood. It's like, on a planet made of wood? Who thought that was a good idea? Who thought making a planet out of wood was a good idea? You know, Quake really did overshadow quite a bit. Doom Metal Wad. I think I've used that one a lot. Let's see. Historic ARs. You know, the historic ARs look kind of interesting. I don't think I'd ever buy one just because I don't really get to shoot that many rifles. Just because weather concerns, and I'm not a big fan of outdoor ranges. Speaking of shooting, I did shoot some today. I went to the indoor range and shot that Star Model B I recently picked up. I'm going to do a review of that in February. I already got some footage of it. I just absolutely love that pistol. I mean, like, I did not know it's going to be as good as it is. But it is. I mean, I was able to get some extremely good accuracy out of that thing, and I was not really expecting it, actually. I was expecting it to get fairly good accuracy, but not what I'm getting out of it. I mean, like, I was doing some some timed speed drills. I was like getting really good. God damn it! Some really good hits, which still just really surprised me. I did not expect I would be able to do quite that good. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just imbued by the spirit of John Moses Browning. I can definitely see why the 1911 has endured as long as it has. Let's see. Yep, Aliens Earth Hive would have made a great Alien 3, and originally it was supposed to be. I think the comic came out before the movie, hence why the characters were Newt and Hicks. And then they changed I love how they changed the names though to Wilkes and Billy. It's like, oh yeah, it's not Hicks at all. It's Wilkes. That's his name, and it's Billy was a weird name. That's the first time I ever came across that name. Actually, I didn't know Billy could be a female name until I read that book. What's really funny, though, is in the female war, the comic at least, it switches between Hicks and Wilkes and Billy and Newt. It's hilarious. Like, they put forth literally the least effort possible to bring it up to canon. Not that the Alien series has much canon, sadly. Bro. The thing about the AR is, the AR is just such a generic rifle, but like with that 1911, though, it goes where you point it. Which I guess it shouldn't surprise me, and it doesn't. But it's just being it when I took that AR of mine out to the 100-yard line, I was like, okay, it might actually be difficult, and it wasn't. It just you point it and it goes. Yeah, the Shambler is not an easy thing. You know, I don't know why they don't make the C96 or Luger. You would think both of those would actually be popular enough to get some reproductions, but even if they did make a reproduction, it'd still be extraordinarily expensive, so it doesn't really matter. You're not going to get... Even if they made a repro... God damn it, fucking Xenomorph. If they did make a repro C96, it would still be like $1,000. So, I wouldn't be getting one of those. Engineers. Bleh. AVP movies. I actually did a review of one of those AVP movies a number of years ago. It was, of course, taken down because I used footage from the movie, and, well, we cannot have that, can we? And my thing... Well, okay, here is the tragic tale of me and the AVP movies. Okay, so I go to see Alien in theaters in 2004 because... You know, it's Alien, and being able to see it in theaters is awesome. Because I think Alamo Drafthouse existed, but I didn't know it existed at the time. So, went to see that in theaters, and during the, you know, when they show all the previews, they showed a preview for AVP1. I was like, finally, they're making one! And then I went to see it. And it's a movie that I really wanted to like. I really wanted to like it, and I hated it. Oh, wait, now I remember. Okay. So before the movie came out, before the movie even came out, I got the novelization. Found it on vacation at a grocery store. And so I read it. I was like, okay, you know, this isn't like the comic, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad, right? And then I saw the movie. I was like, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not very good, but it's not that bad. It took a long time for me to finally admit that, yeah, it is that bad. It's a bad movie. It's not so bad it's good. It's just bad. The characters are boring. The plot's boring. The xenomorphs and predators don't really have that many good fights. It's a bad movie. It is legitimately just an unpleasant movie to watch because there's absolutely nothing redeeming about it. Then AVPR came out. Once again, I was excited. I was like, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I haven't got the PSP game and everything. It wasn't good. Okay, I think I'm being shot by something, but I can't see because it's so goddamn dark. Okay, can I go through here? Okay, I can go through here. I think I must have opened up a door, but... you know, I saw that. I saw the movie the day it came out, on Christmas Day. Yes, on Christmas Day, I went to go see AVPR. You know, I played the game and everything. Went to see the movie. I was like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I went to see it a second time. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's that bad. I didn't even buy that on DVD. I bought... Okay, what the hell does this switch do? I bought AVP 1 on DVD twice. Because I thought the... I'd hoped... Holy crap, that's a lot of xenomorphs. Because I had hoped that, like, the... okay, I'm literally just going to circle strafe and try to get a weapon that will actually do enough damage before they literally kill me. I'd hoped that, like, the second pressing of the DVD would actually be good, because it's supposed to add in new scenes, right? It didn't help at all. I didn't even get AVPR on DVD, so, yeah, I dislike them both. AVPR, I think, is... I will go as far to say that AVPR is a worse movie than AVP1, but better than AVP1 in one regard. They actually show the Predator a lot. And the Predator is awesome again. They make the Predator great again. So, that is one aspect of AVPR that is not... Oh crap, I'm drowning. I'm drowning. Oh, well, I literally exited the level just before I drowned to death. Will I teleport in alive? Well, I did, so sweet. But yeah, AVPR, utter crap. Utter crap. And AVP 1, just complete crap. Yeah, and AVPR did want to be a slasher movie, and it failed at that. AVP on VR, it wouldn't make it any better. I don't know if Call of Duty will ever really fade away. People will definitely still keep playing it, because, let's be reasonable, it has the hype all around it. Alien Extermination! Sweet. That is an arcade game I'd love to be able to emulate. I've only played it once at that Dave & Buster's, and it was fun enough. I mean, for an arcade game. Fat Lights, ESR Raider. Oh yeah, I did see at the SHOT Show that weird rifle. Well, it's not a rifle; it's a short-barreled rifle that isn't with the weird rifling. That's gonna end up on the Forgotten Weapons channel pretty quick, because like it has that weird rifling that only works with one type of bullet. It's not cheaper than just buying a pistol and putting a brace on it. So it's cool they did it, but it's not really worth it. I wonder when there's gonna be a lever action rifle, like a really short barrel lever action, one of those mare's legs with like a brace for it, because I think that'd be kind of cool actually, because there were some lever actions that were what people would consider a short barreled rifle. So circle strafe, circle strafe. They got the sounds right too. You know, there's very seldom bad alien mods. I mean, I'm sure there must be some, but a lot of these first-person shooters get really good alien mods, like this one. Except it's just a little too dark. I assume we have to go wherever that is. So you can just see a little bit of light in the distance. You just run towards it and hope that you don't die. I did do a video on Prometheus, and I absolutely despised it. I did a vlog of that when it came out. And I do not play Day of Infamy. And I've not seen the Predator Medieval one yet. Use tungsten in our specialty projectiles. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't want to use that tungsten, man. Well, that is good. Doom 3 Alien mod. I don't think that exists. I think there's a Predator mod for that, but I haven't played it. And I have seen Crow, but it was many, many years ago. AVP movie. Well, what I would do if I was going to make an AVP movie is just follow the script for the first AVP movie. Oh, we got the smart gun. It looks more like the smart gun than the pulse rifle. That looks kind of like what you'd expect that to be. But yeah, the script for the original script for the first AVP movie wasn't bad. It was basically just the first comic. And there's a really cool scene in it too, where like Machiko, although in the movie she would be named Hiroko, she and the Predator are trying to escape the Queen, and like the Predator ends up picking up a pulse rifle, ripping off the trigger guard, and just straight up shooting the Queen in the face. It was awesome. Alienated. I feel alienated. They just don't understand me. Oh god, how far back am I? Don't tell me I'm back on the other level. I don't think I am. I gotta remember to save, because these levels are actually pretty good. They're not too confusing, despite being really, really dark. And not having access to a flashlight, or any flares, or anything like that. Papercraft polygons. What? It's like, it's... I need a silver key card. I need to go back over there. I really do hope that... Well, I say I really do hope there's going to be an AVP movie that's actually good, but there won't be. AVP's not that popular. Predator's not that popular. You know, it's not like it's a superhero movie or anything. Although they could make a Batman versus the Predator, but they'd probably botch it like the rest of those bloody DC movies. I still stand by Man of Steel. I liked Man of Steel when it came out. I thought it was well done. I know that Batman vs. Superman is crap and Justice League isn't any better, but I really enjoyed Man of Steel. I thought that was one of the better Superman movies out there, and I still stand by that. I don't care what anybody thinks. Aliens, the Ultimate Doom, probably. Just have to see. You know, I still want to play Breath of the Wild. It looks good. I just don't have a desire to spend, you know, the $400 on a Nintendo Switch that I would be playing just for that game. So, yeah. Probably not going to play that anytime soon. Oh, yeah, Disney owns Aliens. I don't know. They'll probably ruin it somehow, like they did with Star Wars and having Sean. Oh, yeah, that Sean guy. Sean Solo, man. No, Han Solo, getting him shot in the back, which that really pissed me off. Well, I don't think he got shot in the back. Still, he had a very ignominious death. See, that's one thing that the real EU did right, is that it didn't actually show the main characters dying. Like, as of Star Wars Legacy, it was 150 years after the events of the original trilogy, and so like you don't know how they died. They either died of old age or who knows what. But get on there. So yeah, it's you're not supposed to show your legendary characters dying off. Like they did that with Spock, old Spock. It's just he died. He didn't have an actual death on screen, which is by far the best way to do it. It's kind of like when they botched it with Kirk. You know, they made Kirk just get a bridge dropped on him. Like, who thought that was a good idea? 44 Automag. 44 Automag. Ugh. I actually saw a video about that particular thing. Apparently the pistols aren't that amazing. And I could agree with that. The Emperor Mickey. Imperator Mickey. Fucking Xenomorph. Let's see. Lance Hendrickson. You know, Lance Hendrickson, he actually does pretty good. He's one of my favorite Aliens characters. He's one of my favorite actors in general. He really did portray Bishop quite well. The Automag is coming back? Really? Well, I know old Spock died off screen because of Nimoy. I'm just saying that that's how you do it. You don't have a death for a legendary character because it's never going to be good enough. It's kind of like if Batman died. A Predator Plasma Caster, I don't know. The problem is, like, it requires so much software to actually get working, you know. So I think I'd rather just have, like, the little Predator burner, the little plasma rifle they had. That way I don't have to worry about my computer, my Predator targeting computer going down. It's updating, so it doesn't work. Ooh, this is cool. I don't remember this. This is cool. See, 1997. Even now in 2018, this is still cool. I mean, commercial tournament cruise. It went way too fast. I couldn't read that. So we're on the Nostromo now. Awesome. And it looks right. I guess it's just a little trip through aliens. And I almost crushed my head with that. He does it that. Paintball. Making up as going on. I agree with that. I'd actually say 9mm, 45, and 40 Smith & Wesson. I'm a big fan of the old 40 short and weak. But the thing is, though, actually, that Star, I shoot that better than the MP40 for whatever reason. It's not that I shoot the MP40 bad, it's just I don't shoot it as good. I just have no idea why. But the 40's good. 9mm is, if you don't have a lot of money... Holy crap. That's pretty damn... Shoot it! Shoot it! That was pretty cool. Although, I wouldn't be able to tell that that was a human being had I not seen the movie. That's actually pretty creepy. What is it, the Slender Man alien? I gotta remember, 1997. That's the best they could do that at the time. That's still pretty damn cool, though, the fact that they were able to do that. Ooh, you have, like, the little computer in here. Access to Deck C granted. This is a really cool level. I don't remember this. Like, at all. Okay, that doesn't really... Unless we're, like, in hyperspace or something, that doesn't really, yeah. It has, like, 56 kilobytes of memory. It's like, okay, this is like the weirdest computer of all time. It's got these little tiny screens around here. Like, why are there screens in the back? Like, what would you be seeing back there? It's like, and then why is there just one chair? It's like, computing in the 70s. High power is not bad. I have not actually owned a high power, but I'd like to have one at some point. Let's see. Purina dog food logo. I think the chair does rotate, but it's always funny to see computers in, like, the 70s and things of that nature. It's like, they had no idea back then. You know, it's all about the big mainframes back then. It's just, it's like we're in the future of 2100, and in the future, you know, you got the computer chair that rotates, and you got like the little tiny monitors. It's really quite hilarious. There's one Alien book where, like, they actually update the technology, so it's like, it's just quite funny. And then, like, in the novelization, they had, like, laser guns and stuff like that. So yeah, you got laser pistols. This part of the level architecture, I keep getting caught on the little ribs there. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing in this level, though. I have no clue at all. I just know that we're on the Nostromo, and there are 5 monsters in total on here, so I guess we've got to, like, start up the self-destruct. Oh, that's gonna be great. Monolith. Blood is good. It's just hard to get it. It's just hard to get the controls right. Opposing force. I'll get to it eventually. I can only do so many games. DS9 character. Plain simple Garrick. Plain simple Garrick. He wasn't even like. He's my favorite now. My second favorite is of course Odo, because I think he's awesome. He's very crotchety about people acting like idiots. And yeah, they never do use the stocks on those. I can't remember what they're called now. E11s. There we go. 45 against the Xeno. Well, depending upon the continuity, you'd have to shoot it in the mouth because its hide is too. It's impenetrable to bullets. Quark is cool. Stormtroopers can't shoot in the movies, but in the books and the games they can. I'm going to do a review of a comic with Stormtroopers called Noob next month. And they can shoot. They can shoot quite well, actually. Yeah, I know it's been a year since Half-Life 1, but whatever. It'll be done eventually. Every video game. I don't know about that. Unless I get, like, super speed. So, like, yeah, like, maybe if you had, like, an aura piercing round. Actually, I don't think 45 ACP would have enough velocity to actually do anything. Now, like, 10mm would work. That's one of the things that I was always that really annoyed me about Terminator Salvation. Like, okay, you're fighting Terminators. Like, why would you keep using 9mm Parabellum? And not even, you know, like some sort of AP round. Why not, you know, upgrade to, oh, I don't know, 10mm, which I think would work. I think 10mm would have enough not muzzle velocity, but enough penetrating power to really fuck up the Terminators. I just think that would be the best one to use. Either that or you know, use like some kind of really cut down AR, because I can guarantee you 223 is going to be able to penetrate if you use like XM55. It does not tell me anything of what to do. So I am screwed. I know I opened up one of the decks, but I'm looking for one of the keys, so I guess we just gotta wander around until we find it. As is often the case with the Alien games. Okay, well, we'll go down to the lower... I think we already went down to this deck. I think. Yeah, this is the engine room. I didn't see a key. That looks cool. That's pretty neat right there. Although it looks like we're in Tron, though, because it's supposed to be space out there, but it really isn't. Okay, does this do anything? Okay, that's another elevator. Oh, they even have that where Ash sat around and went crazy. Access to gear granted. Where's that? Okay, well, that's not it. Dark Eldar. Oh, man, I'll tell you something. There was a book I read, well, I started to read, and I was completely unaware of how bad it was going to be that it really shocked me, and I ended up stopping. It was the first of the Malleus Darkblade novels, and it was talking about, like, they kidnapped some humans, and they were going to enslave them, right? And then it's like, the writer, I think it was Dan Abnett, was like, it had, like, the character, Malleus Darkblade, like, torturing this human, and then like, no, he wasn't torturing the human. He was like talking to this human, right? And it was like, oh yeah, your wife will be like, cut her face off and put it on and wore it as a mask. It was like, holy shit! I was not prepared for that. Go up, go! God damn it! So yeah, it's kind of gross. So I'm not a big fan of the Dark Eldar. They're very nasty. RoboCop sequel. I have not heard about that. Cisco is probably my favorite captain of all time, though, because just because he really does know how to get shit done. Picard is my second favorite, though, with Kirk a third, and then you know, Archer, and then at a distant, what is it, fifth, Janeway. Janeway, you know, Janeway suffered from bad writing. That was her biggest problem. That's the biggest problem of all of Voyager, is it just suffered from hack writing. And I don't really necessarily buy the theory that Janeway's like crazy. I think it's just she had bad writing, and so it would be she would act crazy from episode to episode because of the complete schizophrenic writing versus the character really being bad. So, like, if she'd actually had... Ooh, this is cool! Can I go in here? Okay, there's another, like, food storage here. It's like, does that do something? Is that another... Oh, it's another elevator, and I almost crushed my own head. Okay, this is cool. They, like, redid the whole level in here. It's like, man... These guys were ambitious. They got the sound right and everything. I wonder if the Xenomorph is going to be in here. Yep, there he is! Come on. I think I gave him a little more health. That is cool. That's cool even for today, much less 97. Let's see. Yeah, the Borg are OP. They are at that. Cat or dog person. I have always been a cat person, although I don't hate dogs. I just wouldn't really want one. I'm a big fan of cats because they don't require constant attention. Whereas with dogs, you have to always, you know, be paying attention to them all the time. which, you know, if you like that kind of pet, then that's cool. It's just, I'm a big fan of pets that I can leave them alone and they can leave me alone. I don't actually have any pets these days. Let's see, what was that other one? Borg of the Empire. Well, there's actually a fanfic that talks about that. It's where the Empire wins because the Borg can't assimilate the Imperial technology. However, I call bullshit on that because, like, why couldn't they? The idea is that it would be so outside of the Borg's, it'd be so far outside of the Borg's experience that they wouldn't be able to figure it out. I'm sorry, I just don't buy that. That fanfic wasn't bad. It's called, Conquest. It wasn't bad, but it definitely had, the guy who wrote it was definitely... This is the co-pilot's chair. Oh, can I get, like, the pilot seat? Oh, I did it. Sweet. Exit the level. The big problem is the guy really liked the Empire and Star Wars more than he did Star Trek. And it fell into the pitfall of so many fanfics where their, shall we say, fetishes get involved, where basically Jaina Solo, which was Han Solo and Leia Solo's daughter, mind rapes Captain Picard and then, like, conceives a child with him. It's like, okay, come on, seriously. Can we not have your, you know, the garage? Oh, the garage, Mr. French. I call it the car hold. But yeah, it's like, come on. Did we really need Jaina, you know, raping Captain Picard? Was that really necessary, man? But that's what happened. It's supposed to make sense in story, but come on. Ooh, APCs. Oh, that looks cool. They're very white, but it's okay to be white. But yeah, this is an awesome mod. I don't remember any of this, like, at all. It's like I'm suffering from, like, video games Alzheimer's. What's the name of the source port? Dark Elder Senpais. Q. Well, I was gonna say Q's really annoying, and yet one of the three. You know, it's funny. Voyager's my least favorite series of Star Trek, and yet of the 3 autographs I have hanging on my wall right now, I've got John DeLance, who I met in real life, Tim Russ, and Robert Picardo. Because I actually met all 3 of them at Space City Con. Those are the autographs I have on the wall. So, yeah. And I do not know why fanfics have to do that, you know? But they always do. They always do. It's like, why? It's like, well, Jaina, what? Oh God. Elevator to hell. So, would you say that Jaina might have worn the Sword of the Jedi? Oh, dear. Only like 5 of you can know what I'm even talking about. Why that's bad. Express elevator to hell. Going down. These people really knew the movie. Yeah, the hive looks okay, but it's definitely a very 90s little hive. But, like, let's just hope she didn't wear the Sword of the Jedi that day. Oh, that's terrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. Oh, he met Godzilla. Sweet. They could assimilate the demons, maybe. Unless they're not really good like magic. Run like hell. Not really heard of it. No, Jaina is called the Sword of the Jedi. So yeah. Alduin would probably. Oh God. Well, you know, it was very much a very pro-Star Wars fanfic. Like, they even killed Reginald Barkley. Like, they fucking straight up shot him in the back of the head. And then had, like, the Death Star blow up Starfleet Academy. It's like, yeah, I could see how this guy felt about Star Trek. But it was still a fun fanfic. I enjoyed it. Ooh, it had like an animated tongue. That was awesome. An animated tongue. Oh, dear. Still awesome, though. For 97, that could not have been easy. God damn it. And that fanfic was actually somewhat it predicted a number of things that would happen, like the fall of Jason and... Well, Jaina never fell to the dark side, but Jason did in Legacy of the Force Betrayal. So that happened, but it did have a surviving Anakin Solo. I think it's a fanfic from like 2000. It had to have happened before Star by Star was written. But still, though, the Picard rape was a little much. You know, it really was. It's actually even worse than that, because like Jaina just straight up leaves Picard with the kid. It's like, oh yeah, here's a kid, Picard. Enjoy. Not that that's a bad thing, because Picard would make a much better parent than a fucking Sith Lord. I'll tell you that. But still, though, it really made Jaina look bad, though. Which I guess if you're writing some sort of, you know, sexual fantasy, you want, well, she's a bad girl, so she would do that. It's like, wow, Mr. Fanfic writer, you got some messed up priorities there. But you know, that's what happens. It could have been worse. Could have been worse, you know. You could have had, like, fucking Riper. Could have had Riker, like, fall to the dark side and, like, try to rape Troy or something. I'm pretty sure that's happened. There's a lot of weird Star Wars fanfics out there. There was one where, like... Oh, God, should I even mention this? Because people are going to look... You know what? Don't read it. It's very much... Let me put it this way. There is a Star Wars fanfic where it turns out that Anakin Solo is actually Ben Skywalker's father. Uh-oh! It's like, who writes this stuff? I just... That exists. That exists. Some dark Eldar fanfiction about the multiverse. Star Wars... Oh, God, Sonic? No. Dreamkeepers. I think I know what Dreamkeepers is. I think I read that on 1D4chan. It's one of those weird sex comics. Let's see. Dark Eldar / Sineshi fanfics. Oh, God, no. But yeah, it's just... That's one of those things, though. It's like... The fanfics always gotta go that extra mile, you know? It's like, But still, though, for a fanfic, Conquest was pretty good. I read a fan novel recently that's really good. It had no weird sex crap in it. It was a straight up... God damn it. It was a straight up adaptation of Dark Empire, the comic I just reviewed. And it was really, really good. Like, it had really good writing. And it also had some really cool details, too. Like, I'm very much a nerd when it comes to appropriate detail in a sci-fi novel. Because it, like, talks about how there's quadrillions of humans in the Star Wars universe, which there would be. Talks about, you know, like, real military rankings. I really enjoyed that. Quite a bit, actually. The fine line between fanfic and room-level hilarity. Sonic... Oh, God, why does that exist? Why does that exist? Pulse rifle. I only have like 29 rounds, but alright. I'm almost out of pulse rifle ammo. Okay, I'm gonna save because I'm sick of killing that guy over and over again. I'm really sick of killing that guy, but... Oh, that reminds me of another bad fanfic that I didn't read, but I read about. And I'm glad I never read it. I discovered that off the fanfic I'm about to mention. I discovered on TV Tropes. Apparently there is a fanfic. There is a fanfic that exists that someone wrote. It's a bondage. Already you know it's going to be bad. But which universe literally just gets... It's about to be raped? You know, which universe is about to literally be raped here? SG-1. SG-1. There's a bondage one. I'm glad I didn't read that. Apparently, after, like, getting tortured a bunch, Colonel O'Neill is, like, really into bondage. Like, 50 Shades of SG-1. That exists! Weeaboos? No. I have not actually had to deal with any of that. Just because I don't really do much anime stuff. But, let's see... 50 Shades of Grey was a Twilight fanfic, I know that. I've never actually, Oh, versus the Thing, yeah, it's not going to be tentacle hentai. It's funny, though, how 50 Shades of Grey got so popular, though. I mean, 50 Shades of Grey is just one of those things, like, you look at it for like 5 seconds, and it's just, it's crap. But it sold so many copies. It made like, what, 3 movies? It's just too funny. It really is. It's like, and apparently the women really like it. I don't know how true that is, but it's like, why? I just, really bullshit. It shouldn't be able to get me through the fucking 50 Shades of SpongeBob. I don't even want to know. Yeah, that is true. But it's like, okay, 50 Shades of Grey. When I flipped through it, like at a grocery store, it's like, it had some of the most, you know, like 4th grade reading level writing in it. It's just, it's awful. Twilight didn't have anything any better. And yet, people will buy it. People will pay it. And they'll make movies about it. The funniest thing, though, to look up is John St. John reading 50 Shades of Grey. It's hilarious. Because he does it in the Duke Nukem voice. I would buy the... I would listen to an audiobook of 50 Shades of Grey if John St. John, you know, read it. I would read that. I mean, I would listen to that. Because that would be the funniest shit ever. Because because Duke Nukem reads 50 Shades of Grey. It had balls of steel. Literally. The Penetrator. You know, I have not seen that, like, at all. You know, it's funny how advanced those porn parodies have become, though. Like, they become practically the same movie, and in some instances better. You know? It's quite hilarious how that works. You know, used to be, it's like, nobody cared, but now, like, there's a whole industry based around that. Which, you know, I'm not gonna knock it. There's, like, multiple Game of Thrones ones, which I kind of fail to see the point, seeing as how it already has a bunch of nudity and sex in it already, so... Game of Thrones, you know, that's something. You know, Game of Thrones is one of those series that I started to like, but once they killed off, like, everybody, it just kind of... I just kind of lost interest, because it's like, okay, you got a character you like, well, he's gonna be dead, like, in the next book, so better not enjoy him. I think, like, Jon Snow is still alive? Maybe? Maybe he's still alive? I don't know. But it's like, they killed off literally... Like, my favorite character died literally in the first season. So it's like, well, he's gone. And then you got... And I don't think this is really a spoiler, but then you got the Red Wedding. Because when that season of Game of Thrones, you know, was being hyped up, it was like, there's going to be this big thing in whatever season it was. And I was like, oh, I wonder what it could be. And it's like, oh, that's a thing. They literally killed off half the cast. It's like, okay, well, I wasn't expecting to kill off half the cast, but sweet. I would not like a Death Note. I need to actually read that manga at some point. Duke Nukem, as done by Michael Bay with John Cena. It could be fine. It could be fine. You never know. They could get it right. They could. I'd like to think. Well, that does happen, which is a bit creepy. Actually kicks off the whole plot. But we'll just have to see if Duke Nukem can be translated into a film. I don't know. After Doom and all the rest, yeah. If they just made a generic action movie with aliens, that would be fine. You'd have Duke Nukem. Just do that. But I get the feeling they will overcomplicate it, as they always do. Like, make him have like a love interest, or you know, I don't even want to know. It's like, I guess you could have like the character of, you know, it's funny. I know that the Bombshell character exists, but she's never been in any game, and never been seen in anything. It's just they were going to put this in a game, and that was it. And they never did. Then they made that horrible Diablo clone that I'm glad I missed. Ah, fucking AI glitched out, asshole. Yeah, fuck you. Okay, we save again. Board game of hate. Hate! Oh, I think I know what that is. I think I know what that is. Maybe. How can you not like Duke Nukem? It's Duke Nukem. Doom versus Predator. I think Doom guy's gonna win. That's my money. Ancient ruin somewhere. Well, you know what? So long as the tech priests so long as the tech priests don't find Apple, they should be okay. I'd hate to see them literally resurrect Steve Jobs, because then like all the technology's already locked down to begin with. Just imagine how much more lockdown it would be if they found like the ruins of Apple. I think this is water. Yeah, it sounds like water. Oh, I know what this is. This is like, they really did a damn good job on this mod. I gotta do a review on this or something. Because, holy crap. I might review this next month. Because I hadn't nailed down what review I was gonna... You know, I might push this back a little bit. Because I wanted to review Cadillacs and Dinosaurs next month. Which is an absolutely awesome Capcom arcade game. That's based upon the Cadillacs and Dinosaurs franchise. It's really quite a fun little game. Magical horse. Well, you know, I can understand why you might not like the game. Let's see. Someone entering college. Don't drink a lot. Don't smoke a lot of weed. Budget your time. As in, leave plenty of time to study. Don't run up a shitload of bills. Spend within your means. Let's see. That could be true of anything, but always spend within your means. Don't get drunk all the time. And always budget plenty of study time. And keep in mind that if you're like spending money on college loans and things of that nature, that it's going to take a while to pay back. Take classes that will actually be good for something. Gender studies is not going to make you a lot of money, just so you know. And avoid joining political groups if you can help it. Because you're going to school to learn, not complain about how terrible, you know, the West is and things of that nature. Duke Nukem reading the script from the room. That could work. But yeah, when I went to college, I avoided literally every group like the plague and just focused on studying and graduating in that order. And I did! With a fairly high GPA, although I got screwed in my last semester, though, by a group that did literally nothing. And so I ended up not getting a fucking A in that. I don't even remember what class it was in. So I went from being... Come on, stop jumping around, you asshole! So I went from potentially being a cum laude to being just a regular, which really annoyed me. And yeah, what Resnick said. That is always the best idea. Doom versus Skyrim. Well, guns always work. But that's true of anything in life. Just focus on living within your means, you know? Like, don't have like a car that has like a $600, you know, like car payment. Or until you have a lot of money, focus on like getting a cheap car that has like that gets really good gas mileage. You know, something like that. Because believe me, if you have to spend a shitload of money on gas, that is not fun. Not fun at all. Elevator door lock is overridden. But so many people go into college and they like stay in college, you know, like they're like 50 and they're still taking, you know, lesbian dance theory is the common joke now. But like a lot of that stuff just isn't gonna make you any money, you know. And it's a lot of people they spend, you know, tens of thousands, twenties of thousands of dollars. Actually reminded me, there's literally a 20-cent piece that was minted for a time. I wanted to get one, but never could find one that I was willing to pay a shitload of money for. Wait, does this work? I don't guess this isn't even a door. Does that work? No. So I guess that's back where we started. Duke Nukem. Favorite college class? Trying to think. I think the terrorism class was quite good. I found it to be quite interesting. Let's see. Medical laboratories. I took so many. I'm trying to think. What was it? I thought it was a naked guy for a second. He does not have a head. It's a headless. But there was a number of classes I took with the same instructor who was really, really into the whole thing. Who was really, really motivated. And the classes with the most motivated instructors are by far the best. But I really enjoyed the terrorism class. The organized crime class I took was a lot of fun as well. I actually got to meet in that organized crime class somebody who did some kind of sting operation. I forget where though. It was like some major sting operation that he pulled off and netted a bunch of drug smugglers. It's really cool. But it was a number of years ago. Let's see. Yes, most that indeed. They're impossible to kill with an axe, not a 12-gauge shotgun. But yeah. I think this is actually the... God damn it. Now they actually got guns. Which makes things a little difficult. This is a really cool mod. They could have been at... You know, if 20th Century Fox had been smart, they could totally have just licensed this, and people would have bought it. I would have bought it! This is awesome! This is legitimately an Aliens game. Yeah, the graphics have aged a lot, but it looks like an Aliens game. This is like Alien Trilogy Quake Edition. If it was a little less dark, but this is amazing work for a mod. Just for a game in general. It's good. Doom versus Halo. Well, Halo does have the spacefaring empire, whereas Doom doesn't, so Halo would probably win. Well, going back to college is not easy. I guess. As happy as one can be these days. But, yeah, I mean, college is good, provided you actually get a legitimate degree and actually learn something. If you spend all your time just protesting Western civilization and certain individuals, it's okay to be white, then you're not going to get much out of it. You know, that actually reminds me. I'm going to go ahead and be slightly political. The Women's March. Some of those, not statues. Signs, there we go. Ooh, it started with an S. Are just pure gold. They're pure... I may need some water. I need water! Shut the fuck up, Bear Grylls. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water. But some of those signs are just pure hilarity. It's I know it's supposed to be a protest and all, but protesting what? And I'll be right back. All right. Well, I have successfully filtered my own urine and have plenty of water. That's a lot of urine. All right. Yeah. I've had a chance to be reborn. I'm not entirely sure. I like myself. See, that's one of the things about me is I'm very happy being me. So I don't know. I don't know. I never really gave that any thought. I like to be me, so it's okay to be me. So I don't know I don't know if I'd ever want to change who I am. I don't know, maybe myself, but with cybernetic enhancements, from fucking Crisis, maximum strength, and all the rest. That'd be cool. Like, with force powers. Like me, but with midichlorians. We don't talk about those. Although I do find it funny how, like, episode 1 mentioned the midichlorians and then they never mentioned them again. Although, they did mention them in the novels now and again. And that went a long way towards explaining how, like, the Dark Troopers would work. Not the Dark Troopers, what were those things called? Not Dark Troopers. What? Shadow Troopers? Whatever the ones from the Jedi Knight games were called. The guys in the black armor with, like, the Force Crystal. Those guys are fucking hard to kill, though. I need to review those games at some point. At some point. See. Baron of Hell. Yeah, that wouldn't go too well. Magic from Skyrim. That'd be cool, actually. I always like the Elder Scrolls magic system where it's kind of like a muscle that you have to work out. And as you use more magic, it gets better and better. So, like, you start out with like a basic fire spell, and as you actually work out your magic spell, you eventually have the capacity to, like, shoot off like a firestorm. Now, it makes you wonder though, like, what would be the equivalent of well, I fired it off and I ended up blowing myself up. Like, what would the equivalent of, like, magical steroids be though? I think I only had the one. That barely killed some of them. I'm gonna save. Oh, crap. Why are the Colonial Marines trying to kill me? That doesn't seem fair. We're on the same side, asshole. They have been corrupted. Well, at least it was an android. Mini Cooper. Well, Mini Coopers aren't that bad, though. God. Gender is a social god. You know, here's something that one of the things about all that though that really annoys me is, like, there's like hundreds of genders, huh? Really? Can you name me what differentiates your gender from all the rest? You know, like, do you lay an egg? Do you, like, just split off like a cell? I mean, it's one of those things where they've turned people that are basically looking for attention into heroes, and it's annoying, you know? I don't really care that much about it. It's just like, you've got like 1,000 genders. Well, what differentiates them? If it's the same thing as male and female, but just with a different name, it's not a different gender. But whatever, you know. It's like, do you like bud? You have to, like, be pollinated by a bee? I mean, how does that work exactly? But man, you say stuff like that on a college campus, man. You're, like, committing an act of violence, huh? Really now? It's like, that's your future, lads and lasses. That's your future. I don't know it. I don't know it. Dark Eldar? Well, so long as it's the fantasy version, I'm okay. If it's the sci-fi version, I'm screwed. You know? Hey, Morgan Freeman, that'd be awesome. But man, those people though, I never saw that when I went to school, so I couldn't tell you. Of course, I went to Sam Houston State, represent, and people didn't act like that. So yeah, the worst I got for that, well, I didn't get anything. No, I never was bothered by anyone. But those are some really small beds, though. No wonder they're all so fucking homicidal. So if I had to sleep on that. But when I was in school, the only thing I heard, now this is something that I heard someone else say to someone else, was somebody talking about, what was it now? I'm trying to think what it was. It was something that was actually kind of innocuous that wasn't even that big of a deal. What was it? It was some kind of, I can't remember what it was, but it was like one comment about something that happened historically, and that was it. It wasn't anti-West, it wasn't anti-anything, it was just, here's something that happened, and they repeated it over and over again. And I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Of course, that was one comment said about 6 years ago, so even my memory's not that good. And it was something I was barely paying attention to anyway. Oh, that's what it was. It wasn't a student. It was one of the instructors, which he was kind of a dweeby looking guy anyway. But he did say that he was trying to make a point, and he failed at it because he made himself sound like an asshole. He was like saying it was something about how people look at other people or something like that. How people perceive different populations. Ultimately, what he said is, like, his parents wouldn't have seen people from, like, China as other human beings. Like, wow, your parents are assholes. But it was something like that. That was, like, the only time I heard anything like that. And I was like, wow, that was kind of dumb. But that was it. So I got lucky. You missed my dance-off. Oh, God. Toxic masculinity. Rape culture? Seriously? Seriously, now. Hey, you know, she got, or he or she, oh, no, you did say she, okay. Called the sun a planet. Well, you know, in Gamera, you know, planets are suns. I mean, you just gotta accept it. No, the sun identifies itself as a planet. Yeah, I know there's a couple Memorpagers for Star Wars. They got Galaxies, which I never played, and Store that I did play. I didn't like it that much. It wasn't bad, but I just never was that big of a deal. Never was that big of a deal. Wow, my brain combined two separate thoughts into one. No, I never really liked Sator all that much. I got it when it came out and thought it was going to be the greatest game ever, and I found the combat got really repetitive, even if you did play it multiplayer, which I did. That was one of the only Memorpagers I played multiplayer, and I didn't like it much. Like after like the first 20 hours of hitting the same buttons over and over again, it's like, God, will it ever end? And fire. Tried to put the pin back in. At least I wiped them all out. It's not as embarrassing as it could be. Okay, where is... There it is. Okay, just... Open the door. Hey, get him! Aha! Well, at least they know that they will never have to sleep on those really, really skinny beds ever again. And hello... It identifies as a planet. You gotta accept it. This is the alien mod for Quake. You can find it on ModDB. Literally just type in alien Quake and it'll show up. Yeah, I played Old Republic many, many years ago. I didn't like it that much, but I thought it would be great. Oh, God, they would just go nuts. It's like, that's just masculinity personified. Although, I did make a joke about that in... the Duke Nukem, the Duke Nukem PS1 game. I can't remember what it's called. It's either Time to Kill or 0 Hour. I think it's Time to Kill. In that particular review, I was saying it's like, it's toxic masculinity. Somebody thought I was being serious. Like, it's a joke. Why would I ever say that? But that's just the college campuses, man. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm glad I'm not on there. My suggestion is, just keep your head down, take your classes, and get out. Just nod your head and go, sure it is. And just get out, because you don't want any trouble when you're trying to, pass the classes. You don't want them attacking you because you wore the wrong cap or because you had your hair wrong. God. But at least we have the technology now that we can easily show what's going on there. Like, just take a video with your camera phones and stuff like that. That way they can't really get away with it. It's like, I'll be able to get away with anything. Well, we'll just upload that shit to YouTube and, well, now let's see. How the hell do I get over there? Did I shoot the button? No. There's some big-ass facehuggers. The monitor I'm using right now is a Dell 23-inch. It's not a bad It's not a bad monitor. I've used it for years. I'm also using a second monitor. It's a LG 22-inch monitor. I got that at a garage sale for like 20 bucks. The Dell monitor was considerably more. It's not that fancy. It's just a basic monitor, but I just do 1080p gaming anyway, so I don't really need like something super amazing, fancy, or anything like that. Especially for the games that I play. I do play modern games, but most of the time I play classic games like this, so I don't need some super expensive like touchscreen monitor. Although I wouldn't mind having a touchscreen monitor, just for convenience's sake. Although I would not spend the several hundred needed to get one. Not bad, not bad. Well, the monitor prices have come down. Canadian goose. Well, at the track I run, there's geese that I have no idea how I found this. I just literally I somehow I stopped looking at the screen and I found the switch somehow. But the track where I run out there are geese that go around. The idea is you grab them by the neck and you throw them. That'll make you leave. That'll make them leave you alone. But they've never actually attacked me, so it doesn't matter. Sweet. We have exited the building. View Sonic. I have not really paid attention to monitors right now. Just because I don't really care altogether that much. I mean, once again, I've used this monitor here since 2012? I think. 2012. It's been many years that I've used this particular monitor, and I was immediately killed by the Xeno. I just don't really have a reason to replace it. I mean, I've tried some of the I've actually used super resolution in 2K, but it doesn't look that much better. Shit. It doesn't look that much better. It's just I don't really upgrade stuff like this until I absolutely need to. That's why for many years I stuck with the old tube TV. These days I don't have one, but still. It's just like, yeah, do I really need one? Alien Warrior. Alien Drone. Oh, are these difficulty levels? Got the nail. So wait a minute. There's a nail gun in Aliens now. Okay, there's the 3D model for the pulse rifle. That doesn't look that bad. It doesn't have a stock, but it doesn't look that bad. Especially for a mod. So, I'm not going to complain. At all. Guncaster and Trailblazer. I have played Trailblazer. And Guncaster. They're okay. I just didn't really care that much. The Dark Elder of Geese. Oh, God. Well, that was an easy level. Literally, you just walk out. Chew ass and kick butt. What you do in the privacy of your own home? FPS best feeling weapons. You know, that's a very good question. I'm just going to stick with the old standby Doom. One of the problems I had with Duke Nukem is I just feel like some of the weapons are just a little too weak. Quake 2 had some really good weapons as well. Quake 1, on the other hand, didn't have the best of weapons, in my opinion. None of the weapons in Quake 1 feel like they're quite powerful enough. Because I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a human or a zombie. I think they must have that's got to be a recolored zombie skin, or zombie model, I should say. Because that looks too skinny to be somebody. But you know, like in Quake 1, just the weapons never feel strong enough, in my opinion. They just feel like they are. Well, I blew myself up like an idiot. Oh, I need the silver card, but it's just like when you have to fight like the ogres and things of that nature, it's just it takes like so many shotgun shots to kill them, to the point where it's like you just are always on the back foot when it comes to those. I have no idea how many levels are in this particular mod. I think we'll just keep going for a little while. Okay, let me check that, make sure that's not overrunning too bad. Oh, god damn it. Alt-tabbing this game is not an easy prospect. Okay, yeah, it's still fine. Okay, and I'm back. Sleep. Sleep is for the weak. Hey, we are family friendly. All my stuff is family friendly. Just depends on what family you're from. Because back in the old days, I got to watch Terminator like when I was like 8. So yeah. And like all you got to do is actually be a parent and tell your kids how to do things, or teach your kids to actually have some respect for human life and things of that nature, and everything works out fine. Like hell, I was playing Doom when I was like 3, so. And ultimately, one of the funny things about it is, though, I think that is one bit of education that people just don't get, or the kids today just don't get, is they're not taught that people can have other opinions and that people matter just as much as they do. You know, it's like, for people today, it's like, only my opinion matters, and your opinion insults me. It's like, but anyway, okay, I don't know how to get up there. Sharp-ass beaks? Oh, yeah! Arcane Dimensions mod. I think I have that one. I didn't watch the thing until I was like 12, just because I didn't know it existed yet. Yeah, I played Mortal Kombat when I was about that age, I think. Assuming it existed when I was 6. I don't remember when that game came out. Doom and Evil Within. Well, you know what? It depends on what TV and what games. You know, it's like it's kind of like, holy crap, what's going on here? The frame rate literally just tanked for some reason. I guess because I alt-tabbed. Okay, let me quit here. I'll have to relaunch that in just a second. Okay, what is doing that? I'll relaunch the game in just a second. I need to check something here. Okay. I will need to close that, and that. And that will go away, hopefully. CF Bootstrap. Okay, that's got to be that. Okay, there we go. Just ran into a minor technical problem because it would not be proper gaming without at least one technical issue. And let's bring that back up. Now, I can probably read the chat if I looked at the OBS window, but it's really, really small. Okay, and let's pop that out like so. All we gotta do is bring the game back up. Browse mods on Alien Quake. And away we go! I have no idea what was causing the frame drops, but they happened, as they often will. Sadly, the chat is now blacked out because reasons. Okay, let's Alt-tab out. And then literally Alt-tab in. That's the one problem with Dark Places, is it's not Alt-tab friendly, like, at all. Diamond Edge 3D. GPU is the RX 480 4GB model. But yeah, like if you watch like Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, stuff like that, you know, or if you just if you read books like any of the Star Wars books, it's like, you know, you learn what the good guys do and you learn what the bad guys do. The good guys are happy and they have families and they contribute to society, and the bad guys try to tear it down. Because, like, honestly, who would you rather be, Darth Vader or Han Solo? Darth Vader is burned over 90% of his body, doesn't have a dick, and is generally depressed. Han Solo is literally so virile, he's able to have 3 fucking kids. And he has a family that, well, up until betrayal, loves him, and then one of them dies, and, well, you get the idea. It's like, who would you rather be, you know? Although, when it comes to, like, Batman versus other heroes, in some instances, I think I'd actually rather be Aquaman. It's like Aquaman also, you know, has a family and kids and all the rest and lives happily ever after, whereas Batman doesn't get that. Depending on the continuity. Okay, I do not know where to go now. Because I can't get up this stairwell. Or can I? Am I going up? It's not a 90s game. Okay, there we go. I'm starting to climb up. Slowly but surely. And I'm being killed by that fucking robot. God damn it. Kyle Katarn is a pretty cool character. He eventually, I think, does get married to Jan Ors, but it's like way late in the continuity, though. Like, it's way, way late for him, though. It's like during the Yu Zhang Vong War. It's actually kind of funny. It's in one of the more obscure comics where that happens. Let's just say that they have a very long-running relationship. Although they might be a little less compatible than, say, Leia and Han. The Leia and Han marriage was actually pretty good. The sad part is, you know, Disney kind of ruined that by making them get divorced. But, yeah. That's just what happens with Disney for whatever reason. Yeah, frame rate seems to be going down. I'm not really sure what's causing that. I don't know. It might be the mod itself. There's always that particular problem as well with some mods. Let's see. I have not seen Gotham. I just have not been a... I'm not much of a TV guy, although I have been watching more TV recently than I have in the past. Yeah, like the frame rate's just gone to crap. Look at that. I don't even know what frame rate this is. It seems to be getting worse and worse. It's like you saw it when it... Okay, hold on. Okay, so when I climb up here, the frame rate goes to crap. I don't know. I had thought that this was the most up-to-date... In fact, I know it's the most up-to-date version, because it literally says this is the most up-to-date version on ModDB. It is weird. I checked the RAM usage. It's fine, so... I do not know. Netflix, I have watched a couple episodes of Black Mirror, and I do have Netflix. Let's see, what have I watched? I did watch all the Stranger Things. I'm trying to think. Right now, I'm not watching anything on Netflix right now, though. Actually, no, I take that back. I tried to sit through that Godzilla thing, and I thought it was crap. It really got to a slow start. But I have seen Black Mirror. I haven't seen all of them. I've seen a couple of them, though. I saw the USS Callister one, and I saw one other, but I can't remember what it is at the moment. It wasn't the first episode, because I actually had that one spoiled, and I didn't really want to see it because it sounded kind of gross. But I have seen two. Yeah, there goes the frame rate again. Well, exit level, so it doesn't matter. BoJack Horseman just does not look like my thing. Agent Denny Human, that's actually going to be on the... That's on my list. That's the one. And I have seen a couple of Netflix movies, most notably The Void. I found that one to be quite an enjoyable little movie. It's a very low-budgeted movie. Holy crap, where am I? Where did I go just now? Alienated. Duel. Bleh. Never was a big fan of, I can't remember what it's called. You know, the guy, the trap card, Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the one. And I saw Metalocalypse. I think like all 3 seasons. It was pretty good. Like the first music album. The other ones were okay, but More Oblivion stream. Oh god, don't even bring up More Oblivion. That would take forever to get working again. Because, damn, I'd have to find all the fucking discs and everything. I'd have to play disc roulette, which is never an easy prospect. Okay, why are there 3 holes there? 3 holes? Oh dear. Fucking Zeno. That is such a quick death. This mod could definitely benefit from a flashlight. Or a flashlight, I'm not sure which. This depends on what mood our Colonial Marine is in. Skywind. I want to play that at some point. I know what One Punch Man is, I just haven't seen it. Daggerfall, I've never been able to get to work right. And, yeah, the Dagger... I tried to get Dagger XL to work. I had someone actually try to get it to work for me. They did, and then, like, there was nothing to do in the game. So it was like, eh. Sci-fi. Yeah, I saw some underrated sci-fi on Netflix. You know, The Void. There was something else I saw. What the hell? That's the problem with being dark. I can't tell where I am. I need some light. Oh, this is going to be a big level, which means it's going to be hard to figure out where to navigate. It's like they were literally praying to the key. God damn it. Fuck me. I've played No One Lives Forever 2 for a little bit, but not much. You know, Dagger XL and Dark XL, I think, were done by the same people. I have not been able to get Dark XL to work, like, since I did the review back in 2010. No, 2009, I think. Or was it 2010? I don't remember. I have not gotten it to work since then, so I haven't been able to do anything with Dark Forces. I was able to mod out Dark Forces 2, though, a number of years ago. Using my original disc from 1990, whatever the fuck it was. Skyrim is a little more simplified than Oblivion, in many instances. I really liked the armor repair from Oblivion for some reason. I don't know what it was about that I liked so much. But I have to admit, I've probably played more Skyrim now than I have Oblivion, just because it's so much... I'd say it's easier to mod. It's just, there's so many more mods for it in many instances. Okay, I need to save. I have no idea where this is supposed to take place in Aliens. Like, I have no idea at all, and I just died again. Like, I do not know where this takes place. It doesn't seem familiar. Like, the ducks... Oh, I know what this is! We're in Alien 3 now. Oh, we're in Alien 3 now. Next Far Cry game. Have not really looked at it. It's, I've seen, like, the trailer. It looks okay, I guess. And yeah, I have finished New Vegas. It's a good game. GG. But one of the things I really did not like altogether that much about, Far Cry 3 is there does come a time in that game where you kind of run out of stuff to do. Which is always the pitfall of any open world style game. I've not played Far Cry 4. Wait, did I say Fallout 3? I always end up doing that. Far Cry 3, I should say. And I haven't played Far Cry 4. Nor have I played Blood Dragon, sadly. I just haven't had the chance to. Come on, blow 'em up. Key! So, Far Cry 5, I don't know. I've heard that, like, you can apparently fly some planes and do some dogfighting, which sounds cool. It sounds really, really cool. We'll just have to see if it's as good as all that. God damn it. Let's see. And yeah, New Vegas really is a lot like the original Fallouts, where you really do have a lot of really good writing. The problem I have with the original Fallouts is I just can't get into that gameplay. I just can't get into it. I've tried, you know, I've died to the rats so many times. It's like, god damn it, if I can't kill a goddamn rat, you know. So it's like, and I'm just not a big fan of top-down games in general. I mean, I will play them, but they're not my favorite. I really like the first-person perspective of New Vegas. And you'll notice New Vegas makes a lot more sense than Fallout 3. I still like Fallout 3, but it doesn't make as much sense as it could. Damn it all. Fuck! Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Can I... Oh, first I should probably be alive for that. Give health? No cheats allowed. God damn it. You know, does any mod I play ever let me... Oh, this is revised in 2014. That was 4 years ago. I will kill that fucking invisible Xeno. He will die. Oh, yes. And if I have to waste all my fucking shotgun shells. Come on. Come on. I think that's him. Aha! God damn it. Liberty Prime is cool. You know, Mass Effect, I actually would disagree. Mass Effect, I think, makes for a much better third-person game. Just because you can show off all the really cool armor, and you can really see just... It works in third person, I think, because you do get to see your character, and that was one of the cool parts of it. Yeah, 2014 was 4 years ago. How much has changed in 4 years, we often think. You know? It's kind of crazy. 4 years has changed a great deal. Of course, you know, here I am going to be 29 soon. Next month, actually. And, you know, 4 years used to be like an eternity, you know? Because, like, high school seemed like it went on for years. But that was only 4 years. Middle school seemed like it took forever. That was only 3. Well, at least for me. It's different in different places, I know. But it's like, now it's like, oh, it was just 4 years. But that's what happens when you get older, you know? Your time sense changes. And it's like 4 years doesn't seem like that much of a time. So it's quite interesting how that works. Do you think best girl? Telly. I think for me that's the kind of person I'm attracted to in real life. So, you know, she made for a great character for me, at least. She also reminded me of... See, it's creepy to say this now, but it wouldn't have been then. Also reminded me of Mission Veo, which was my favorite female character in KOTOR. And when KOTOR came out, I was 14. Now I'm 28, and that character's still 14, to be kind of creepy to say that. But, you know, I'm a big fan of, like, the nerdy girl aesthetic. Because that's just the kind of woman I'm attracted to in real life. Yeah, 29. Liara's not bad, but she's just, I don't know. My Shep and Liara wouldn't have that much in common. Although, you know, she did get some good fleshing out in Mass Effect 3. And there was that really cool scene where they talk about chess, and I really liked that. And that turned out pretty well. I, of course, still did the romance in Mass Effect 1 with Ash Williams. The Fee Ash Williams. And she was Ash Williams wasn't a bad character. But she was definitely a generic space marine character. And I preferred Tali. It's funny how in a lot of those games, my favorite romance characters are characters you can't actually romance. Like, in KOTOR you had Mission Veo. Although Mission Veo, it would have been really creepy because Revan is like is a lot older than her. So it'd be like, yeah, that would probably not go over too well. But you had Mission Veo, and then in KOTOR 2, you had the character Mira, who I liked a lot more than your options in that game as well. But that one wouldn't have been as creepy because she's the same age as the Jedi Exile. And God damn it! Finally, save, always save. Best high school memory. You know, I just never really paid that much attention in high school to anything. I just kind of went and left. But I will say this, though. There is one memory that I love the most. Okay, so there was a test I had to take. I had studied it. I had studied a lot for it. And I still thought I was going to not fail, but not get a very good grade on it. I was like, and so at the end of the class, it was like, well, do you want to know your grade? I was like, no. And like the instructor was like, are you sure? Because I literally aced the whole thing. It's like, well, you made, like 100 on it, and that basically moves your overall grade up by like, I don't know, like 5% or something for the whole semester. It's like, oh, well, yeah, I guess. I felt really good when that happened. And then there was another one. It was the very last bit of high school, actually, where I was able to exempt, meaning I didn't have to show up for any of the final exams. I didn't have to go to any of them. And so people were like, hey, John, where were you? I was like, oh, I exempted out of all. I didn't need to go. So, yeah, I really quite enjoyed that, so. Lethe and Jill. I have not played Path of Radiance, so I couldn't tell you. RuneScape. I played that for like 5 minutes and never really went back to it. It just wasn't my thing. You've got another birth here. Need to abort your whole freaking species, as British Duke Nukem would say. Soren. Bip. Oh, no, I'm thinking of a different Soren. I'm thinking of Saren. Never mind. Hey, you're not that late. I'm going to go for a little while longer. Reapers versus the Borg. Probably the Reapers. Potentially. 4 kids. I didn't really have a problem with them. I watched it when you gotta remember, we can look back at those anime things now and be like, oh, how terrible. But back then, that's all you had. So you didn't really have anything to compare it to. So I didn't really have a problem with it. You know, like, the only one of those anime that I really watched was the Pokemon anime, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I even went to see Pokemon the first movie. I still have that on VHS. You know, it's cringy now, I know, but back then, you know, that was like this latest and greatest thing. And people liked it. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of stuff now that we take for granted. I mean, back then, if you wanted anime, it was not easy to get a hold to. It's like, if it didn't come on TV, you were screwed. Oof! The player sucks it down. Oh, dear! But it wasn't easy to get anime back then. You know, if it wasn't on VHS, you were kind of screwed, you know? Now, it didn't last for that long. When I went into middle school, I knew a bunch of what would later be called weebs who always went on about the latest Inuyasha episode. They were actually pretty cool, but I was in my emo phase at the time. I say emo, I wasn't actually, but that's what we'd call it today. Let's put it that way. So I wasn't actually friends with these people, but they were big into anime and talking about Inuyasha and some other popular one from around 2002. So it's like, I don't care about anime, and I just ignored them. When in today, you know, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I watched that. Well, I never watched Inuyasha, but I was aware it existed. It was not my thing. It was one of those romance anime things with like a lot of spousal abuse. Went down the aisle. Well, you know, that is good. Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, I never watched that. I never played the card game. The only thing I know about it is Duel, and he played a trap card. Because I had a friend who'd always say he played a trap card over and over again. He played a trap card. I found it amusing at the time. What was dead? I just saw they were not okay. They were dead. Like, who died? I do not know who died. Good movie to watch. First movie that came to mind is Clue from 1985. That is a hilarious movie. Like, the character, all the actors turn in a great performance. All around. Sango. I don't know. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. I like that. I did find the little fighting tournament weird. It was definitely strange. You know, I never was a big fan of what was that one? Dragon Ball. I never was a big fan of Dragon Ball. I know that's super popular, but I never liked it. I didn't like Dragon Ball, the original one, and I didn't like Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. There was something about it that I didn't like. I kind of liked, well, actually, when I say I kind of like the character, I like the voice actor. The guy who played Piccolo, the green guy. Just because whatever dub I watched, the voice actor for him also played Wolverine in X-Men Evolution. So I was like, oh yeah, it's Wolverine. But I just couldn't get into it. I never did. It turned me off for some reason. And I never watched, I think I watched like the first 10 episodes where they had like the talking, of Dragon Ball, the first one. I watched the first 10 episodes where like Goku takes down the talking pig, whatever his name was. And I thought that was weird though. Yeah, the talking pig was weird because like he had like this, literally a harem of underage girls. and then like they make an episode, then they like make a wish with the Dragon Balls where like he gets like literal women's underwear. It's like, what the hell am I watching? You know, it's like, what is this? So, and then like Dragon Ball Z, you know, yeah, I watched like 5 episodes. I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I didn't even really have fun with it. So, I don't know. DBZ Abridged is pretty good, but it was just weird, you know. Female underwear. It's like Berserk. People have recommended me that for a long time. Berserk, I don't know. Maybe it's good. Maybe I'll see it at some point. Right now, I've been watching Gate. I watched the first 12 episodes of that and thought it was pretty damn good. Then I need to finish Space Adventure Cobra. Then I need to finish one other that I can't think of right now. What's the other one? Space Adventure Cobra. Oh yeah, the weirdly named Appleseed. I'm gonna watch that as well. Appleseed is literally the stupidest title I've ever heard for anything ever. And Hellsing Abridged. I'll take a look at that at some point. Gasoline and turned into a car. Okay. But Attack on Titan, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, you know, I kind of like seeing the JDSF. I thought that was kind of fun. You know, we never really see much of the Japanese military, so I thought it was kind of cool. And you know, it has a cool premise of, you know, like this fantasy world that invades Japan and the JDSF has to fight. I mean, you know, realistically, and I've read this, right? Realistically, you know, the U.S. military would, you know, move in and help out. But, you know, it's like, you know, I think if the Japanese want to be nationalistic, they can do it. I don't care. I kind of like seeing the JDSF. It's interesting to me as a Westerner to see their military do what they do, you know. And, you know, the characters are good, in my opinion. I like the main guy, you know, he's like a colossal nerd or an otaku. Although he definitely is very much into manga, or he called it something else, but I can't remember what it was now. Mad Bull 55. I've heard of that, but I've not seen it. Oh yeah, which is kind of funny. They do, well, I'm not surprised, but they don't show America in the greatest of lights. I'm not surprised by that, but I don't care. When it comes to politics and certain things, if it's not too egregious, I just ignore it. It's not that big of a deal to me. Because it's not like the main character is acting like that. And it's not like the main character is like, America bad. Fight like hell. Spirited Away. You know, I've seen a trailer for that. Drifters. Never heard of that. But I've never seen Spirited Away. But I know it exists. There is one anime that I used to see all the time get advertised in like they'd show the trailer before like certain VHS movies, and that was Kiki's Delivery Service. I know nothing about it other than they used to advertise the shit out of that. And apparently it's about somebody who, like, she's like a witch and like she delivers, I don't know, meat pies or something, like on a broomstick. I have no idea what it's about. I just remember they pushed that like you wouldn't believe back in the day. I guess I should see that at some point just to see what it's about, but still. It's such a hilarious name, though. It's like Kiki's Delivery Service. You can't get much more direct. Trinity Blood. Never seen that either. Different period of time. Well, actually, talking about characters getting sent back in time, there's supposed to be a Batman anime where Batman gets sent back in time. So, the Raid Redemption. I have not. I've seen Dread, which is like the Dread version of that. Well, if it's a movie that'll cheer you up, I might take a look at that. The thing I like about the Batman anime is in the trailer, they like call him Lord Batman. I was like, yeah, I'm there. I will watch that when it comes out. Anything it's... At first, I thought it was like supposed to be some kind of like samurai Batman, but it is literally Batman from the present, sent back in time. Which, it sounds so awesome. I really think it's going to be quite entertaining. But I definitely will check out Kiki's delivery service if it actually is halfway decent. Watch your back. I don't like the sound of that. Where's my flamethrower? I'll just use the fucking that one. Is that over here? I'm scared. What is going to pop out when I open this door? Well, nothing popped out, so I don't know what was supposed to happen. I'm just going to assume the mod glitched out. I've never been a big fan of vampires, though. It's just, I just never was into that sort of thing. Like, vampires, just Dwight Eisenhower fights. I like that. It's just, vampires never interested me. Like, I like Dracula. And the... Oh, I missed the fucking... Brilliant. I like Dracula, and then the Blade movies were pretty good. And I liked Van Helsing. I know so many people hate Van Helsing, but I thought it was a fun movie. You know, I liked that fucking gas-powered crossbow. I liked that. And then, like, the Underworld movies are pretty good. I watched those when they came out, and I thought Kate Beckinsale was quite attractive. Is that sexist? Probably. I hope it is. God damn it, no! Come on, get up here. But, like, yeah, Kate Beckinsale, man. That... Okay, it's like Twilight, right? Twilight, everybody loves the Twilight. Well, certain people love the Twilight. For me, you know, it's like... If you want a movie series that has vampires and like all sorts of things like that, Underworld, man, that is the best. It's got good action. The characters aren't, you know, useless cretins. It's a great movie series. You know, it's just pure schlock, but it's good schlock. And Van Helsing had Kate Beckinsale in it too. It's like, it's just a fun little monster mash. I mean, what is wrong with that? I would like if they... I would have liked it if they had given Frankenstein more to do. Because he was like... He's built like the Hulk. So, like, it would have been awesome if he was just kicking ass. But, well... They didn't quite have the budget for that. So they kind of losed old Frank, like, halfway into the movie. But it would have been cool. If they could do, like, a big budget remake of that, I would totally love to see that. Actually give Frank something to do. Have him be jumping around like the fucking Hulk. Come on, fucking Xeno. I assume we're gonna try to finish this mod, depending on how big it... Oh, I think this is probably the end. I can't see anything, so I assume this is the end of the game. And I was killed by a facehugger. Oh, there's the queen. Yeah, we're gonna fight the queen, and the game will be over. Let's see. Comic-Con. Oh, Kate Beckinsale. That would be nice. That'd be cool to meet her. Was she really tall? She strikes me as someone who's really tall. I don't know why. Because, like, I know Kristanna Loken is, like, super tall. Like, 6 foot. So, I do not know. Or maybe she just looked tall with those massive fucking heels. Sherlock Hound. Sherlock. Studio Ghibli. I've heard of those people. I just never really watched any of that. And I'm gonna watch Record of the Lodoss War at some point. At some point. Oh, she's really short? Damn. Ah, well. And League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Oh god, not Prometheus again. But League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I love that movie. My grandfather's a big fan of that movie too. I know that it's not very good, but who cares? That's the problem. It's like, is this guy alive? Oh, he's got a facehugger on. So if I blow him up, he will not give birth. Okay, this is the flamethrower. I don't want to waste that. And the thing is, when it comes to women, I like, be it short or tall, both work. Although the only one I've been in a relationship with was the same height as me, more or less. So I couldn't tell you one way or the other. I'm just a big fan of women who are strong of spirit and will. Like, for example, here's the thing. A test when it comes to women for me is like, if I were to ask, where would you like to go to eat? I would like the name of a restaurant, not I don't know. That fucking annoys the shit out of me. It's like, where'd you like to eat? Surely you must know. You eat food, do you not? Although I wouldn't say that, but still. I listen to some Sabaton. Not that much. I'm actually not very tall. I'm actually only 5'9". In real life. So, yeah. Oh god, bongs. Grave of the Fly isn't good. Never really heard of that. Let's see. It's just, for me, I like it when somebody can have, it's like, can you just give me a straight answer, you know? I like that, you know? It's like, where would you, it's just, I hate it when people are like, I don't know. Just tell me, you know. And the thing is, like, when it comes to women, they often do know, you know, but it's like pulling teeth sometimes with some people. Once again, though, for most people I've been with, it's like, they'll just straight up say what it is. Which is good. Graveyard of the Fireflies. I know that, and that's very depressing. Because that's, anything set during the Pacific War is going to be depressing. I can tell you that much. Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to relationships, though, people have different opinions on what to do and what not to do. Like with many things, I do my own thing when it comes to that, though. I'm very discerning when it comes to women. So I don't just, like, I've never wanted to settle. I'll tell you this, though. There was one, this is something from college. There was one girl I was going to ask out, but I like to do, like, a preliminary test. Like, if you know something, then I know that we're going to have something to talk about. Basically, I started talking about Star Wars, and she said the only reason she watched Star Wars is because of Hayden Christensen. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm done. I know that's very, kind of silly, but that's just like, what would we talk about? That's the thing. I like, whenever I have dated people, it's like, what are we going to have to talk about more than anything else? Because I'm a very talkative person in real life, as I am, like, in the streams here. You know, so I like always having a good topic or a good concept to debate. Well, not debate, but just talk about, you know? And usually all the other stuff kind of flows from there. Well, any females in the chat? Probably not. Probably not, sadly. Let's see. One of the things about relationships is it can be very, what's the word? My brain isn't working. It can be very daunting at first, but, you know, it's just as daunting for the other person as well, so keep that in mind. And, you know, I actually have had pretty good luck with the whole thing. Well, I say that, and, well, longtime fans know that sometimes that luck will run out, but I still think I've done better than a lot of other people, so, yeah. I will say that, at least. But, you know, it's funny, though. A lot of people really just have, like, one bad relationship. Like, all women are evil! Well, you know, some are, but some aren't. It's okay to be male. It's okay to be female. And I'll check the chat after I've shot these Xenomorph skits. God damn, I want to actually finish this thing. Favorite comedians. I have not heard of either one of those. I really like that, or at least I did. I don't know if he got political. I really like that Korean guy. I can't remember what his name is. I saw him on Comedy Central. I like that guy, what's his name? I only know his nickname, that fluffy guy. I know he can get somewhat annoyingly political, but he's still funny. And then that Joe Gaffigan guy, I find him quite amusing as well. But I'm not a big fan of comedians as a whole, though. But those are the three that I found enjoyable. That actually made me laugh. Like, because it's very hard for me to laugh at some kind of comedian actually telling a joke. It's surprising, but it's harder for me to laugh than not. Those are the three that actually made me legitimately laugh. Or lol, as everyone says today. That made me lol troll. Especially the Jim Gaffigan and or Joe Gaffigan. I don't remember what his name is. It's Jim or Joe. I know the last name's Gaffigan. That guy and the fluffy guy. I found both. They both made me legitimately laugh. Like, it wasn't a chuckle. It was a full, laugh. I am so dead because I can see nothing. I do not know where the queen is. I'm not even going to save because I was so hurt by that point that I might as well not have. Gilbert Gottfried. I can't stand his voice. And none of his jokes were really that funny to me. It's just like they were okay. They were... Yeah, I think that's his name. I think that might be his name. But ultimately, the fluffy guy had one particularly hilarious joke talking about, like, he got pulled over by the cops and he was like, and like the cop asked him, like, do you know why I pulled you over? And like he had donuts in it, or apparently he had donuts in his car. He's like, because you smelled it? I just lost it. Because that was fucking hilarious. It's just like the timing and everything. Because you smelled it? I don't know, man. That one, man. And then there was another one. There was another cop one where, like, he started, like, he got pulled over and started playing the cops theme. He does like sound effects in his stand-up routine, and it's like he started doing the cops theme. I just lost it to that too, because that was fucking hilarious. And let's see, what was the one from Joe, Jim, whatever, Gaffigan guy? It was like, he was talking about how, like, he calls up his wife and says, and she's like, who is this? Like, the devil. like a Satan voice. It's all fucking hilarious. Eddie Izzard's not bad. Oh. Oh God, Theron, that's just horrible. Wendy's and Gordon Ramsay's roasting people. No, not really. Jerry Seinfeld. You know, I don't really laugh at some of his stuff, but I find his I do find his comedy routine funny, if that makes any sense. Like, I enjoy listening to it, but I don't just burst out laughing when I listen to it. There's actually an interesting story behind, because I have some of his comedy CDs actually. There was a day that my aunt got in a wreck, like totally totaled her car, and my grandfather and I went to pick her up, and like as we were going back to the house, jet save. I didn't say that, but as we're going back to the house, I put on the Seinfeld CD, and like it cheered my aunt up. So that's one of the things about Seinfeld. And she actually did start laughing at it, whereas I just never really found his stuff that laugh out loud funny. So that's something I always remember, is I was able to make her happy. I was like a teenager at the time. Crap, I will look at the chat in just a second. I can see nothing! I see shit. Alien-inspired Disney animated movie. Oh, God. Married with Children was not a bad show either. Oh, man. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know, why has no one done that? Why has no one showed up at, like, that stupid women's march or some of these idiotic protests where nobody knows what they're protesting in, like, a no, ma'am shirt? Why has this not been a thing? The too few people remember No Ma'am from Married with Children. It's like Al Bundy just thought things were bad. He just thought that the radical feminists were bad then in the 90s. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait a couple decades. It'll get worse. Oh, yes. It will get worse. Why has there not... Of course, you know what's funny? Well, it's not funny in a good way. It's funny in a bad way. If somebody did show up at one of those things in a No Ma'am shirt, they'd call that like an act of terrorism or something. You know they would. Let me guess, the alien queen has like the gold key. She just fucking ate it. Fuck. Let's see. Yeah, we're not gonna get Alien 5. Probably not. No, that'd be hilarious. A black belt in the 70s. I like that. That's awesome. Okay, gotta keep circle strafing. That's something that does need to be a thing though. Somebody needs to show up with a no ma'am shirt on. I don't know. Would people be cool enough to actually do that these days? God damn it! Fucking alien queen. No, I don't want to go all the way back here. It'd be nice if I could see. Because like even if I crank the gamma way up, all it's gonna do is make this thing look like crap. Good thing I actually saved all the grenades. The grins. The grenades. Come on. I think no, it's a shadow. This is a good final boss. Oh shit! The hive looks a lot like nether brick from Minecraft. That's what it reminds me of. Or was that nether brick? What was that weird blood brick thing that was in the nether in Minecraft? I can't remember what that's called. I haven't played Minecraft in like over 5 years at this point. Fuck! Let's see. She'll breed. Everyone in the company will die. No, the company got bought out by Walmart. They'll just put the aliens to work in the Walmart. That's how they do it. That's why they want to breed more of them. I watched Reboot back in the day, and I found it to be most enjoyable. It has aged. It has aged massively in terms of its animation quality. It's crazy. Back then, like, I can't imagine what kind of HAL 9000 they had to have to get that animation to look as good as it did. But man, that is that's some animation, all right. The voice acting is still good. I still like the fact that Scully did a cameo as Data Nully. And it actually had a pretty good plot to it. God damn it. It's definitely not something you'd see in a kid's show today, I can tell you that. I don't even know what kind of kid shows exist today, seeing as how I don't really care. Fucking Xenomorph Queen. I'm gonna kill this thing. I'm gonna kill this bitch. That's sexist. Net rack, yeah, nether rack. That's what it is. Mickey Mouse ears. Ugh. I enjoyed Resurrection. I know people hate it. Oh yeah, the Nutella-based rides. I've had Nutella. When that happened, I never actually had it, so I was like, why would you do that? Nutella's not that good. It's not bad, but it's not that amazing. It's not worth doing that. Indigo 2s. I think that's still like $2,000 even today to buy. It's like Nutella, man. You're gonna like the rest of the series because season 3 is where it starts to pick up. Season 1 is pretty crap. Season 2 gets a little better, but really, it picks up in season 3 quite a bit. It had to kill Cthulhu. Well, hopefully I'd have enough ammo for that. Okay, I've got to get it just... Well, I was going to say I got to get it just right. I've got to kill all her fucking minions, and then I got to kill her somehow without running into... Because, like, it's so dark. And, like, right now, it's literally pitch black for me. And this is one of those things where you got to get it just right. Because if you don't, you die. All I can hear is the fucking... Come on. I gotta make sure I don't blow myself up. Okay, I think I killed everyone but her. Still got 85 health. Okay, I need... I need my flame. Okay, I wanted the flamethrower. I know I have it, but I don't know the key for it. Maybe I don't have any ammo for it? That's the only thing I can guess. Well, that's not going to help me if I blow myself up trying to kill her. And, yeah, she fucking killed me because I couldn't see where I was supposed to be. Okay, I should have some more flame left. Should have some. That's really just the problem with this one particular boss battle. I mean, it would be nice if I could see. Fuck! There needs to be an easy mode. Okay, I think I'm... Come on. Come on. Good thing I have plenty of fucking grenades. Fuck! Let's see. Cthulhu. Character grows his beard. Oh yeah, Riker growing the beard. I don't know. That's not that big of a deal. It's just the writers actually started to get good. Well, how would a fleshlight help in this situation? Yeah, it might make the level that much more fun, but honestly, the fleshlight's not going to help me. Oh, you mean a flashlight? Now, all I did was bring the flashlight, so I didn't think it was going to be dark. I only had room for one tube-shaped object. Oh, crap. Okay, do I have anything else I can shoot her with other than what I have? Fuck. The question is, can I even kill her? What if I need to, like, find, like... Let's see, is there anything over here? No. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. At least I know I need to kill her. God damn it! Yeah, I still have AVP Extinction. I guess I could. I don't know. It might get kind of boring. Art of War and Prima Victoria. That's the one. Yep. Movie or movies that have enraged me. What has actually made me... Yeah, I did play Prey 2017, but I haven't reviewed it or anything. Movie or movies? I'm trying to think about that. Rogue One. That really pissed me off. I think a book that really pissed me off... Well, I don't think I know. A book that really pissed me off that I literally returned within the same day was the first Ravenor versus Eisenhorn book. Man, that writing was shit. Like, I'm telling you, that was some of the shitty-ass writing I've ever seen. Because, I was all excited. Prometheus pissed me off. Because I was all excited for that. I thought it was going to be the greatest thing ever, and it wasn't. It's like, I thought that Ravenor versus Eisenhorn was going to be the greatest book ever, but it wasn't. Say what you will about Sandy Mitchell rewriting the same book over and over again, at least it's consistent. But Ravenor versus Eisenhorn, I was like, where's Eisenhorn? No, it's not going to be Eisenhorn, it's going to be... I don't even want to spoil it. Actually, no, I'm going to spoil it. It's a clone of Elizabeth Beckett. It's like, a clone. You couldn't just have her come out of the goddamn coma. You couldn't have done that. Like, what it's like... And then, like, what's with the purple-ass prose? Like, come on! Why? It doesn't sound good! It sounds like shit! That's why I returned it. Literally in the first day. Okay, fucking goddamn... I'll sell you DirecTV. It's like the Queen just hasn't been paying her fucking light bill. Although in all reality, I thought I was supposed to get like a flare or something. Do I have a flare? Do I have anything? Is Ric Flair gonna show up? I know nothing about wrestling other than the fact that that's a name. Rogue One pissed me off just because it retconned a whole bunch of really cool stories, and I just didn't enjoy... The movie just didn't have a good tone. I didn't like the characters. The stormtroopers are way too easy to kill. The guy with the space bow really pissed me off because like you cannot shoot down. You can't shoot down a space fighter. A space fighter, a fighter that should be going too fast to see with a bow and arrow. Well, I didn't really use a bow and arrow, but something like that. Like you can't do that. It's just it's stupid to me. It's like that should be going literally supersonic. Okay, like you shouldn't even be able to see it, and yet somebody's able to do it. Yeah, I know the Force, but that's just too much of a cop out for me. And the stormtroopers were like the stormtroopers were always supposed to be like the best of the best. You know, it annoyed me. Living Shadow, never heard of that. Yeah, K2SO is really trying to be HK. So, yeah. Last Jedi, you know... The Last Jedi, I think... We can see... It made millions of dollars, billions of dollars, but, you know... I know it's good from a movie perspective. Like, you know nothing about Star Wars, you can go watch it and have fun with it. I know that, because I actually had a relative do just that. They went to see it, they knew nothing about Star Wars... And they had a good time. And I'm not going to knock anybody just having a good time. But, goddamn. Dresden Files. I have heard of it. I'm actually going to read a book by Jim Butcher, but it's not going to be that. It's going to be one of his fantasy works. The fantasy... God damn it. This boss is not easy. It's about fantasy Romans. I have no idea if it's going to be any good, but plot sounded pretty good, so I'll give it a try. Okay, and save. It's going to be one of those attrition bosses. This is still easier than the Abyss Watchers, I'll tell you that. Now, I thought she was dead, but then, of course... I can still hear like the screeching. Oh crap! I better not overwrite that save though. I can't really see where she is, but I can kind of hear where she is. Oh come on! How many grenades is this gonna take? Especially if I keep blowing myself up. And yes, it is dark. Very, very dark indeed. I don't know, does it have Pokemon? I don't remember. I just remember that Jeremy Robinson, I have no clue who that is. H.P. Lovecraft. Hell yeah. Let's see. Dresden Files. Eventually, I will give Dresden Files a try. It's just not... I'm not a big fan of urban fantasy. Like, I didn't even really like Monster Hunter that much. I can see nothing! Okay, I'm down to 59 health. Where... Okay, this is probably a bad save, which is why I'm going to use an unused slot. Unused slot. That's sexist! God damn it! I'll use the sexist slot here. Like how it's the alien hive! With the... Exclamation. God damn it! Exclamation mark. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. That helps a little bit. Aha! That did help quite a bit. Fuck yeah. Fusroda. Alright, let's turn that down so it doesn't look like crap. I will say that the gamma helped out. Yes, the virgin slot. Oh, yeah. Okay, now where the hell is that door? Should be right there. No, or maybe it's over here? Yeah, I can see the light. Really, the door hurt me? Huh, goddamn. That fucking Xenomorph Queen, man. This is a dragon something 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 something. What is that? This is a Eagle Tech keyboard. It's the KG010. Alright, and I think we jump through here, and we have exited the level. Congratulations! You have barely survived. Hey! The onslaught of the mighty alien queen, and now your freedom awaits in the shuttlecraft before you. With the alien hive pulsing below you, you vow never to return to this godforsaken planet known as The Rock. If you can smell what The Rock is cooking. It is a long journey back to Earth, and from what you have seen here, it may not be quite the same as you remember it. All you can do now is strap yourself in and drift into hypersleep. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the alien mod. Alright. Hey, screw you, Bong264. I don't want to get crushed. That took forever. I can't see the face cam, so I assume... Okay, I'm fine. Cherry MX keyboard. Ultimate... Oh, this is just a wired keyboard. I do not like wireless keyboards. Okay, I will not actually stop the stream. I will keep it going. Just go into a different game. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, I'm an idiot. Well, of course I am. Back to Quake to make sure that isn't using too much memory, and it's not. Go into... Do the Sepa culture mod. I assume it's gonna work. And it does. Okay. This is a mod that I believe... Oh god, no, don't tell me it's gonna do that. Highest difficulty. System Shock 2, I'd have to install it. Yeah, I have played the first Unreal. Okay, now, here's the problem. I might not be able to play this mod, and I don't think I can, for one major reason. The chat box... Oh, there we go. I somehow magic fixed it. The chat box kept graying out, which meant that I couldn't see it. Alright, so here we are. And we are going to play just one map of this, potentially. So we shall see. Current specs. I actually have the current specs on the About page on the channel, so just take a look at that. 1984. I don't know. That book is really depressing. I read that as a kid. Hence why I didn't become a person who wants more government control. I don't know. I'll just have to see. It's kind of a hard book to review, just because it's one of those that a lot of people just don't really understand it. And the plot is important, but not as important as it could be. I think the audio's a bit up. Let me turn that down. Okay, that turned the audio off. Okay, well, if it's too loud, just tell me. Atlas Shrugged. I have not, actually. I know a number of people who have, but I have not. It sounds interesting. It's definitely one of the... it's definitely a preachy novel, but it's probably still worth reading. I've not read The Fountainhead either, although, once again, I've known somebody who's read it. I was a big fan of it. It's still one of those novels that's kind of preachy. 1984 was able to give its message without being too preachy. It kind of just let the story tell itself in many instances. Yeah, it is. That's why I haven't upgraded yet, because DDR4 is pretty bad. I have not read The Road, nor have I seen the movie, but once again, I've known somebody who's read that too. I just haven't gotten to it yet. We'll see about doing another stream tomorrow. It just depends on when I get back. When I get back in real life. This is a completely different Quake source port. This is Quake Gasm versus Dark Places. This also modifies the shotgun a little bit to where each pellet has a thing. I just hope this isn't too loud, because it sounds loud to me. 1060 laptop. Laptops aren't bad if you have the money. Desktops just are so much less money and easier to upgrade and everything. I haven't used a laptop for gaming in many, many years. So I just stick with the PC. The thing is, like, you don't have to upgrade nearly as much as people would say you do. Because, like, I haven't upgraded this thing since 2000, I think 15. And I can still play the modern games most of the time on all high, so you don't really need super up-to-date specs. Now, you still need decent specs, but not quite as much as people would say you do. Where is that busted? Okay, I need to... I'll just hide. Just hide me. Let's see. DDO... Yeah, I actually had heard about that cryptocurrency thing. Could be louder. Okay, so it's just loud to me. $700 is still a lot of money. I was able to build a perfectly serviceable gaming computer for about $500, so... Thunderbolt 3 for external GCP. That's kind of cool that you can actually have an external GPU. That's a fairly new thing in many instances. Roblox. I have never heard of that. TI. Black screen. You could have like some cooling issues and things of that nature. So it's hard to say. PCs have, well, I say they're difficult to get running. It's just PCs can have random problems. You just gotta pray to the machine god and all will be well. This is very much like a Quake 2 version of Quake 1, or at least this one level is, with like the flying robot. I'll check the chat just a second. He's like, these guys can do a shit. Holy crap! That's 3 rocket men! You got Kim Jong-un up there. I'm down to 39 health. This is not an easy map, I'll tell you that. Oh, okay. Well, I guess since the prices have gone up, I don't know. That was back. Oh god, that was back 5 years ago that I built that PC. It was in 2013, so I've not really paid that much attention. That's Bitcoin for you. Yeah, could be cooling. Could always have a cooling problem. I had that once, and I had to upgrade the CPU cooler. And there was actually one particular summer, I think it was the summer of 2012, where, like, I don't know what the temperature was outside, but it had to be over 100. And the temperature in my room at the time was like, I don't even want to know what it was, but it was hot enough that the PC literally shut itself off after, if I played something particularly graphically intensive. Like, it literally would just shut off. God damn, how much health do they have? Oh, I'm down to the fucking axe. That's great. That's totally gonna be worthless. Alright, save. 1070 is $500. Damn. A 100 caliber? I think you'd be in inches at that point. Well, it's a good time to build it. Red Starship Troopers? Yeah, I have Red Starship Troopers. What's funny is my copy of the book has the movie poster as the cover. It's pretty good. It's very different from the movie. I still like both, though. They both do things differently. I'm a big Paul Verhoeven fan, so I don't have a problem that he changed everything up. It's because the book still exists. And the book was pretty damn good. Although, there's one aspect of the movie I like more, though. In the book, Dizzy Flores is actually a guy, whereas in the movie, it's a hot chick. And her death was very tragic. And I always approve of hot chicks. I mean, that's sexist. I approve of equality. Yeah, let's go with that. Sexual objectification is bad. 1,200. I have not seen Roughnecks, although I'm aware it exists. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Well, good for you. Good for you, Will. Just don't make it a tentacle one. Those are weird. Let's see. Yeah, the Electric Sheep book. I need to read that at some point. I just have not. And I would imagine, since Roughnecks is a TV show, eventually I need to actually sit through that anime. I just have not had the chance to, or the desire. Holy crap! The electrocutioner from those Arkham... Oh, don't send me all the way back to the beginning of the level. This isn't a bad engine, but I'm still a big fan of Dark Places. That alien mod was awesome. I might review that, or I might not. I'll just have to see. I've heard that the anime is supposed to be kind of boring. Ghost in the Shell. Eventually, I need to look at that. Eventually. Let's see. I'm gonna play. I think I'm gonna finish the level, just because it's a really long level. I think I'll go for it. God damn it! Fucking electrocutioner. I think I'll go and I think I'll go for another. Well, when it hits 3 hours, I think I'll go ahead and call it a day. Because 3 hours at a go is not an easy prospect. Fucking flying bastard! If he actually lands a blow, it'll end up killing me. Mauled by a Rottweiler. Brilliant. There's actually a Killing Floor level modeled after the first level of Quake. I actually played that yesterday. It's not bad. There really does need to be a remake of Quake. I'd love to see all the old FPSs remade with modern graphics, but keep the original gameplay. That would be... Well, it's already been done to some extent with Halo. Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. I loved that particular game. I found it to be absolutely just... It was like Halo, but with better graphics. And they kept the original Halo gameplay. Hentai Quake mod. 3D tentacles. Hentai Doom. You know, I should probably do a stream of that one day. You know, just I don't know. Just for the... I don't even know if I should do that. That definitely opens up... Oh, that's why it sounds so much louder. It actually has better audio than Dark Places does. It's got really good stereo audio. Like, it's like the samples are really good, especially the directional occlusion. Maybe one day I'll stream Hentai Doom. We'll just have to see. And see you, Bong264. SpongeBob. No, there's a Killing Floor level from Minecraft. I've not played Halo 2 Anniversary. I've not done that. Well, you know, my very first Xbox Zero game was Halo 1 and Star Wars Clone Wars. Both of which were good. But you know, there's a memory effect. I don't think in this instance it's the Mandela effect. But I remember when I played the Xbox, just like tested it once before I got it. I remember playing Halo, and I remember all the green stuff being red, and I was really surprised that it wasn't. Like, I remember, oh, that must have been what my brain did. My brain took the Needler, took the color palette from that, and for some reason applied it to the plasma rifle and the plasma pistol. I have no idea why my brain did that, but it did. I have no clue why. I don't know. I don't ever really notice the darkness on Halo 1. I guess I just never really paid attention, or maybe I just don't remember. I did play... I was in a Let's Play Combat Evolved Anniversary many years ago, but it's since been taken down. Sadly, it wasn't from my channel. It was from someone else's. Played that on Legendary, and I died so many times. It's not even well. Actually, it was pretty funny, but I was in a Let's Play, and it was enjoyable. I played Combat Evolved Anniversary multiple times co-op. That is probably the best aspect of it, is the ability to play it co-op through Xbox Live. And it still makes for a good co-op game. I don't think the PC version actually has co-op, if I'm not mistaken. SPV3. I have no clue what that is. The big problem with Halo 2, and hello, Melvis. I played Brute Force once. I rented it. But when it comes to Halo 2, not being able to play as the Chief was... Well, not being able to play as the Chief in certain levels was the thing that really kind of killed it for me. Before the game had come out, I had read the book Halo First Strike, and so I was introduced to the other Spartans, and I was like, well, surely you'll get to play as the other Spartans, right? Wrong. Got to play as Arbiter. Arbiter's cool, but I did not like the Arbiter nearly as much as I did playing as the Master Chief. I know it doesn't really mean that much. There's not that much difference in gameplay, but I still just... I don't know. When I played the... It's like if... I don't know. That's not really a good comparison. It's like if you played as like, Ranger in a Doom game. Now, that still would work. I don't know. It's just... I did not like it back then. I felt it was a missed opportunity for more Master Chief greatness, but you know what? I respect them. I respect Bungie for taking a chance on the Arbiter, because that would never happen today. It's like, they would never take that chance. And so at least they did that. Won't move. What am I being shown? Oh, it's one of those weird spider monsters. The sound for this thing is really good with this headset. Like, it sounds awesome. It's a feast for the eyes and the ears. Crimson Skies. I played the Xbox version and that was it. And I enjoyed it. I like the alternate history setting. I have the novel for that. Oh god, not that. Anything but that. Keith David, yeah. Keith David also voiced Admiral Anderson in the Mass Effect series. One of the things about Admiral Anderson, though, is there's a character from a novel series from 2004 named Captain Anderson, who also happens to be black, and her name is Daytona Anderson. Sadly, nothing is really done with the character, though, as she dies literally within, like, the first couple of pages of the book, though. Which is kind of annoying. It's funny, that is it's a book called Weapons of Choice. People talk it up as, like, one of the best, you know, alternate history novels, but it's really not that good. It's not bad, but it's not very good. Like, they have the character Daytona Anderson. She, like, survives, like, the transition from one universe to another, and then they talk up another character who is supposed to command a Japanese ship. Okay, the basic plot of Weapons of Choice is ships from 2020, a more advanced version of 2020, get teleported back to 1942. They get teleported back to Midway in 1942, and they accidentally attack the U.S. Navy. Actually, no. The U.S. Navy accidentally attacks. And the reason they do that is because they see a Japanese ship, which is part of this futuristic space fleet. Long story short, there's two characters that they develop and then quickly kill off, which really annoyed me. One of the characters was Daytona Anderson, the other one was the Japanese guy. It's like, why are you going to build these characters up when you literally kill them the next chapter? And you don't even show the death. Actually, it's a really horrible death, but they don't even show it. So it's like, why? What was the point? Well, just tell her to wait a minute for the stream to end. Genro. I tried to watch that. I watched it at the wrong time and couldn't get into it. Oh god, not those movies. Armed and Dangerous. Sounds familiar. I'll just tell her to wait till the stream's over. But Halo 2, you know, I did not play that multiplayer altogether that much. I played it a little bit multiplayer, but the big problem was I just didn't have an Xbox Live membership, and I didn't care about multiplayer at that time. The times I did play it multiplayer, I was absolutely horrific at it. Like, I died all the goddamn time. Come on, go down! Literally. I don't know, is that sexist? I'm just gonna call it sexist. This is actually a mod called Sepulture. Just Google it. It should come up. I'm also playing this with the Quake-gasm source port. Oh crap, I'm being attacked by literally everything and everyone. This is not an easy map at all. That's why I'm not even going to finish it in the next, 30 minutes. Because it's long. I'm still into RPGs now, but the big problem is there's just not that many that I really care about right now. Because, like, the Mass Effect series is dead. The Dragon Age series is over. There's never going to be another KOTOR game. And it's just, there's not that many that really appeal to me altogether that much. Like, there are those indie ones that are coming out, like Tyranny and that other one. It's a sequel to something. Yeah, but that's top-down, which I'm not a big fan of. Never got into those that much. I like them more now than I used to, but that's not something I'm going to get that excited about. Sepulture. Yeah, whatever. I only speak speak good English and bad English. Killzone. I have played Killzone 1, and I own that. I have not played Last of Us, and I have played God of War 1, and not finished it. Blood Omen, I'm aware that it exists, but I've never played it. And I played Dragon Age. There's a review of Dragon Age up on the channel. I really liked Dragon Age Origins. I really enjoyed Dragon Age 2 after I realized that they were able to do that in a year. But Dragon Age Origins is by far my favorite fantasy RPG of all time. Even more so than the Oblivion games. Well, not Oblivion games, Elder Scrolls games. Just because the story is so well written. I know that people like to complain about it. Oh, it's just the same generic fantasy thing. But they do the generic fantasy thing really, really well. They just do it so well. And I really enjoyed that. The big problem with Mass Effect 3, though, is they did take away a lot of your dialogue choices. I like multiple dialogue choices. But it's not mainstream enough. Open XCOM, no. Dark Souls Remastered, I hate to admit it, I am looking forward to that. But you can just get a graphics mod. But I'm still going to play it anyway. Well, Dragon Age is worth it. Dark Souls is worth it. Have not finished the Witcher games. Neverwinter Nights. I've tried to get into that. I just, yeah, I just didn't like it that much. And I've not played Dust before. Oh, that's one of the more controversial things about my female of choice in Dragon Age was and always will be Morrigan. I thought she was awesome. I really did back in the day, and still do to this day. I still stand by that character. Of course, at the time, I was let me put it this way. At the time, I thought I would like somebody like that in real life, and thankfully, I never met somebody like that in real life because I think there'd be a lot of friction, which is always a problem in any relationship. But I still think she's a cool character. Or put another way, like, after the relationships I've been in real life, I would not want to date somebody like Morrigan. Let me put it this way. When I first was introduced to the character, I'd be like, I could fix her and make her happy and not so bitchy all the time. These days it's like, God, I really don't want to do that, Can't I find somebody that doesn't need fixing, you know? That's the difference between then and now. But I still like Morrigan. I just would not want to have to put in the time and effort today, right now in 2018, to have to, you know, make her not be so, you know, bitchy and all the rest. I just wouldn't want to. I just don't want to do that. It's like, can I just find somebody that already has their mental shit together? I don't have to go like, look, Morgan, you don't need to be such an asshole to these people. Look, pick your battles. Don't say this stupid stuff. Don't use your, you know, magic powers to fry somebody. Just say they're an asshole and walk away. It's like, God, I don't want to have to do that. It's like, I should not have to show you, yes, on Christmas you have fun, or Fantasy Christmas you can have fun, you know? It's like, that would just be very annoying. I've heard about that. That is not a fun thing to have to deal with, a mass baboon breakout. God of War isn't a bad game. It's just I'm not very good at it. The one from Darkstalkers. Well, you know she's a vampire though. It's not going to end well. Like in Skyrim, you know, I only romanced one character in Skyrim, and that was Lydia. Because there's not that much good writing in Skyrim when it comes to that. Lydia's an interesting character, if we can call her that. She doesn't have much character outside of being a city guard, you know. But you know, like if I was alive back then, if I was alive in the Elder Scrolls universe, you know, you'd want, you know, a woman who had her shit together. You know, she's very, I'm trying to think of the word. Responsible. She's very, and that's good. You want whenever you date somebody, male or female, it doesn't matter what gender you are or what orientation you are. Whoever you want to be in a relationship with, make sure they're responsible. The relationship I was in, the person I was with was very responsible. They knew how to spend their money. They knew how to do all that stuff. But it's like, you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who will waste all their money, waste all their resources, and then ask for more. You know, you never want to have to deal with that. I'm glad I never did, but I've heard the horror stories of that happening, you know. So, like, in Elder Scrolls, you'd want to be with someone like Lydia because you know she's got her shit together. You know that she's going to be someone you can count on and trust. Whereas, like, there's a character you can mod in who it's very well done. I forget her name at the moment. I had that modded in, but I would not want to date that person because she's very unreliable. Or at least her character would say that she's very unreliable. Like, she'd go get drunk on the night before the mission, you know? It's like, you wouldn't want to be teamed up with that person. Let's... Yep, so... Oh, she's a succubus, but still, I don't know. It's hard to say. Serana, I have no idea who that is. I cannot recall. I think it was Isolde, yeah. You know, that is something that's kind of funny, the alpha female. Some people don't like that sort of thing. I do, you know, because, well, I don't know if I'd call myself an alpha male, but I like somebody who can... I like somebody who has good strength of character, you know? Somebody who's not passive, you know? And besides, for me, you know, my whole family's made up of people who don't take shit, so I was the women in my family, let's say, are alpha females, so it wouldn't be anything I wasn't used to. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah. I don't know. I've never been a fan of, like, really weak women. I like women who can hold their own with anyone. But, you know, that's me. I like those little hoverboards. Okay, and fall on the... Not a good place to be, dudes. Not a good place to be. And let's see here. You know, I've not played the Dawn Guard DLC altogether that much. Oh, a vampire? Oh, dear. It reminds me of the Judas Priest song, Love Bites. Which is actually a really catchy song. I really like that song. I forget what album that's from. I think I know it's an 80s album, but I can't remember which one. And yeah, independent and autonomous. But somebody who's willing to work together. I'm a big fan of the team kind of relationship, you know? Where two people come together to work together. It's kind of like the idea of a co-op game, you know? You want to have somebody who is willing to work with you to complete a game versus somebody who just runs off on their own. Well, I mean, that's cool. I mean, that shows character development. You know, going from weak to strong. Ah, Defenders of the Faith. Although I don't think there's an actual Defenders of the Faith song, though. But they do sing that, though. Ah, Judas Priest is still my favorite band of all time. It didn't start out that way, though. The first two albums of theirs that I got were the ones from the 70s, actually. Or the late 70s. Stained Class and... one other, but I can't remember what it's called. It came in a double pack. Stained Class and... I can't remember what the other one is. I still have it. I think by far my favorite, though, is still Screaming for Vengeance. That's where Electric Eye shows up. And the Screaming for Vengeance song is actually pretty good. Really shows some of Rob Halford's upper range. Slipknot and Korn. Hand in your nerd card, sir. But yeah, you know, back when I was like a teenager, Sin After Sin, that's the one. But Korn, I never listened to them. I've never listened to Slipknot, but you know what? I remember the South Park episode with Korn. At least I think that was Korn. That was a absolutely hilarious episode. You know, I was never a big fan of South Park, but when South Park got it right, it was legitimately funny. Oh, I'm so dead, probably. He's got a goddamn grenade launcher. At least there's no ogres in this level. Because damn, ogres are annoying. Fucking Shrek. Man, Shrek sold out, man. Be nice if I could get some bloody health. Chanted 4 piece. Not bad. Well, you know, there is one new metal band, well, not new anymore, but back in the day, that I used to really like, but now it just seems kind of hilarious. System of a Down. You know, I used to love System of a Down. Now I can barely stand them, though. It just... I don't. It just seems like they're trying too hard. I don't know what it is about it. Because I also used to be a fan of Rage Against the Machine. Now it feels very teenagerish to me to listen to those. It's like really angsty, really screaming, you know? I don't know, I think I might have just outgrown them. Yeah, I really wanted to complete that sequence. Well, Lydia can die really easily. That's why I made her, like, I set her as essential. System of Down, you know, I would not like to date a vampire. They'd be way too cold from the lack of blood. And if there's one aspect of being in a relationship with a female, it's the warmth. But that need not be dwelled upon. The thing about System of a Down, though, is I just listen to the lyrics, you know, because I can understand what they're saying. It's just, I don't know, I just feel like they're trying too hard. That could just be a modern-day mindset from me. It's the same way with Rage Against the Machine. It just feels like they're trying to be this angsty group. I say that, but you know what? I still like some of the System of a Down music. I'll listen to it now and again. I'm trying to think of a System of a Down song that I like that isn't that one that they overplayed like way too much. That Chop Suey song. They played that on the radio all the time in like the mid to late 2000s. I am so low on ammo, it's not even funny. Let's see. About to hit the 3-hour mark. I'll stay in the chat, but I'm taking a break. Psycho Stick. Never heard of him. I don't know that. When it comes to bands, I just, for the longest time, I just listened to the stuff that was on the radio and then looked for it in real life. So, it's like, I didn't like go seeking music. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play a little more of this. Hit the 3-hour mark, but the elevator does not work. Because of course it... Okay, so we're in some sort of evil hell dimension, and they still use standardized palettes. Hey, at least they're consistent. At least they are somewhat consistent. But these levels are massive, and they take forever to finish. This is definitely a very good mod, but expect to have to save a lot, because it ain't easy. Lightning gun, I love this thing back in the day. Although, like with any BFG kind of weapon, you never use it much. Because there's never any real ammo for it. Oh crap, well at least I can show off this new enemy. Where's my lightning gun? Oh crap, I'm so dead. No, don't blow myself up! Let's see. Obey the Beard? Falconer? Never heard of them either. The Skooma trade has been hit by... Holy crap! I'm just gonna stand here and shoot him with the shotgun until hopefully he dies. That is a cool enemy. It is obviously inspired by the guy in Quake 2 that had the railgun. But it's a cool Quake style version of that. Quake was always much more brutal than Quake 2 anyway. That's why he's got that fucking buzzsaw. Red keycard. Keycard. I don't need no fucking keycard. I should totally stream Duke Nukem Forever. In fact, I think I'm gonna... Oh, wait, crap. What is killing me? I got fucking Quake cancer? Well, I'm dead. Alright, I'll check the chat one more time, and then I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. Because I am tired. Use my high charisma skill to have you join the party. I've heard of none of those bands. Or that one. So yeah. Oh, I've been going about 3 goddamn hours. You know, I think I might either do a co-op stream or just straight up do a stream of Duke Nukem Forever and just riff it. I don't know, have to see how I am feeling on the morrow. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I have enjoyed the stream, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And I will... actually, no, I'll look at that one last statement. Brave New World, I've heard of it. I have not read it, but I know what it's about. So, in any event, I shall see you guys later.